Chapter 1. Preposterous. This is preposterous. Men, bring the mind-reading Star-Lord here. In the throne room, the Jade Emperor roared. For tens of thousands of years, other than that time when a monkey wreaked havoc in the heavenly court, the Immortals had never seen the Jade Emperor so angry. Your Majesty, please calm down. The Immortals looked at Tai-Bai Jinxing. Helpless, Tai-Bai Jinxing stepped forward and said softly. After a while, for heavenly generals brought a middle-aged man in white clothes to the throne room. This man was none other than the main character who made the Jade Emperor angry today, the mind-reading Star-Lord. Since the heavenly court appeared, there has never been such a bad thing. Peeping on fairies bathing and mind-reading Star-Lord. Do you know your crime? The Jade Emperor shouted. Tai-Bai Jinxing, seal his Fa Li for me. He actually dares to use a mind-reading technique on me after coming here. He really is unrepentant. Just as the Jade Emperor was getting angry, mind-reading Star King used mind-reading on the Jade Emperor. He wanted to see if he could escape, which made the Jade Emperor even angrier. Brother Monkey, have you heard? The boy you saved on the heavenly stream when we were traveling west is the current mind-reading Star Sovereign. He has committed a crime and is now being tried in the Golden Imperial Palace. The cleansed altar emissary found the victorious fighting Buddha in the Peach Garden. To put it simply, the second senior brother met the big senior brother. Mind-reading Star-Lord? What did that kid do? I heard a lot of commotion in the heavenly court. Goku ate a peach and asked, do you need me to protect him? Haha. Peeping on fairies bathing? If you want to protect him, go and do it. Zhu Beiji laughed and said, this kid looks pretty decent. I didn't expect him to do something like this. He's so different from your character back then. Old Zhu, what do you mean? Goku was stunned. He squinted his eyes and asked Zhu Beiji. Back then, when Brother Monkey was in charge of the Peach Garden, the 7 fairies came to pick peaches. Brother Monkey, all you had to do was shout the word freeze and freeze all of them. Even then, I didn't see you do anything to them, Zhu Beiji said with a wretched look on his face. Idiot, do you want to die? Sun Wukong roared and threw the half-eaten peach at Zhu Beiji. Brother Monkey, don't blame me. Brother Monkey, don't blame me. I'm not joking, Zhu Beiji hurriedly said. Brother Monkey, there's something fishy about this. Do you know who he was peeping at? Something's wrong? The Jade Emperor was so angry. Could it be that he was peeping at the Queen Mother? Ha, if that's the case, it's too funny, haha. Goku laughed as he thought about it. It's not the Queen Mother. It's that person. Zhu Beiji pointed at the Moon Palace outside the heavenly court. About Beiji, we are Buddhas. The matters of the heavenly court are none of our business. Let's go. I'm going to play with the 18 Arhats. Goku was stunned when he heard that. Then, he flew out of the Peach Garden. You've got guts. How dare you peep at the most untouchable person in the heavenly court? If you peep at the Queen Mother, I might help you. But if you peep at this person, no one can help you. Good luck. I've done everything I can. After that, Zhu Beiji plucked an peach of immortality and walked out of the Peach Garden. Tai-Bai Jinxing. How do you think mind-reading Star-Lord should be dealt with for committing such a crime? The Jade Emperor spent more than 2 hours in the throne room before finally returning to the main topic. He looked at Tai-Bai Jinxing and asked. At the same time, mind-reading Star-Lord's gaze landed on Tai-Bai Jinxing. Ever since he entered the heavenly court, this old man had given him a lot of good things. He should be able to speak up for him. Tai-Bai Jinxing turned his head and looked at mind-reading Star-Lord who was kneeling on the ground. This young man treated him well. Whenever Tai-Bai Jinxing brewed wine, he would bring it to him to try. Of course, Tai-Bai Jinxing wasn't stingy either. He would give him a few pills each time. Lord Tai-Bai, you've drunk too much. It's getting late. I'm going back. I'll visit you when I have the time. Otherwise, you won't be able to leave the southern heavenly gate. Half a year ago, mind-reading Star-Lord went to deliver wine to Tai-Bai Jinxing. He drank a little more with Tai-Bai Jinxing. Tai-Bai Jinxing was good in every aspect, but his alcohol tolerance was average. If he drank a little more, he would spout nonsense and cause a lot of trouble. Take my token and leave the southern heavenly gate. I want to see who dares to stop you. Drink, kid. To be honest, your wine is really good. It's even better than the wine at the peach banquet. Let's continue drinking. Tai-Bai Jinxing mumbled. Lord Tai-Bai, I really can't drink anymore. You know that if I go out later and encounter true Lord Erlang, I won't be able to return. Mind-reading Star Lord said softly. True Lord Erlang, why are you afraid of him? Others might not know his background, but I do. He's the son of the Jade Emperor's sister and a scholar surnamed Yang. If I didn't plead for him back then, the Jade Emperor wouldn't have allowed him to enter the heavenly court. Logically speaking, he should call me grandfather. Yes, he should call me grandfather. Tai-Bai Jinxing said loudly. Lord, my dear Lord, lower your voice. You may not be afraid, but I'm afraid. Let alone true Lord Erlang. I can't even defeat the howling celestial dog beside him. Mind-reading Star Lord covered Tai-Bai Jinxing's mouth. Boring, really boring. I'm not drinking anymore. Go back. If you encounter true Lord Erlang and he dares to stop you, just mention my name. After saying that, Tai-Bai Jinxing fell asleep. That day, Mind-reading Star Lord returned to his residence safely. However, when Tai-Bai Jinxing woke up the next day, he used the light-reflecting mirror to see his drunken state from the day before. He suddenly felt a little scared. He personally went to Mind-reading Star Lord again and told him not to let anyone know about the drunken words he said yesterday. Mind-reading Star Lord's peeping this time can be big or small. There's no specific punishment in the heavenly rules. Tai-Bai Jinxing said softly. I wonder who he's peeping on this time. Tai-Bai Jinxing thought that if it was an ordinary fairy, he would just let it pass and lock up Mind-reading Star Lord for 10,000 years. If it was a big shot, then he had to think carefully. He's peeping on Fairy Chong, the Jade Emperor shouted. Some people below the stage who didn't know the truth immediately understood who Fairy Chong was. When he arrived at the Moon Palace at the beginning of the year, there was a rumor that the Jade Emperor cough. This matter can't be said carelessly. You will be beheaded. Your Majesty, please calm down. Mind-reading Star Lord has committed such a grave crime. He should be beheaded. Tai-Bai Jinxing said loudly. He only knew now why the Jade Emperor was so angry. Chong-yi. Back then, Marshal Tian Peng was banished to the Beast Path because he took liberties with Chong-yi and was reincarnated as a pig. Dear ministers, do you have any other opinions? Do you want to share them? The Jade Emperor was quite satisfied after hearing Tai-Bai Jinxing's words. He nodded gently and asked with a smile, Your Majesty, Mind-reading Star Lord is only a first-time offender. How long has he been in the heavenly court? Moreover, the heavenly rules don't stipulate that peeping is to be beheaded. It's inevitable that such a punishment won't convince the masses. I think that he should be reincarnated in the lower realm like Marshal Tian Peng back then. No one raised any objections. Just as the Jade Emperor was about to execute Mind-reading Star Lord, the Empress beside him said with a smile, Empress is right. Banish him to the mortal realm then. The Jade Emperor turned and left the throne room after he finished speaking. Mind-reading Star Lord looked at the Empress not far away with a face full of gratitude. Back then, he cultivated for 10,000 years and ascended to become an immortal. If he was beheaded at the southern heavenly gate, he probably wouldn't even have the chance to be executed. If he was banished to the mortal realm, so be it. At least his life would be saved. Third brother, His Majesty asked us to throw Mind-reading Star Lord to the mortal realm. Which path should he take in the 6 paths of reincarnation? The 4 heavenly generals who were escorting Mind-reading Star Lord asked softly. Empress said that he should take the beast path just like Marshal Tian Peng back then. The leading heavenly general said, Please hold on. I have something to say to Mind-reading Star Lord. The 4 were stopped by a person. After taking a closer look, they realized that the person was Kong Jin Long, one of the 24 lunar mansions. Lord Kong Jin Long, Mind-reading Star Lord has committed a serious crime this time. Please don't make things difficult for us, the leading heavenly general said softly. I drank your wine back then. Today, I'm returning the favor, Kong Jin Long said with a smile. I heard your conversation just now. His Majesty only said to banish Mind-reading Star Lord to the mortal realm. I think the human path of the 6 paths of reincarnation is more suitable for him. Although the Empress mentioned Marshal Tian Peng, she didn't say that Mind-reading Star Lord should take the beast path. You guys better understand that it's not easy to be in the heavenly court. Don't lose your life because of this. After the four heard Kong Jinlong's words, they started to recall what happened in the throne room just now. I recommend a friend's book, Notes on Spirit Hunting, book number 1935617. It's a very good urban superpower novel. Go and take a look. Chapter 2. Kong Jinlong, you're here too. While they were talking, a barefoot man flew over. He was none other than the barefoot Immortal. Exalted Immortal. The four heavenly generals greeted him politely. Don't worry, I'm just here to send Perfected Lord off. Then, the barefoot Immortal stepped forward and smiled at mind, reading Perfected Lord. Looks like I'm not too late. Little you, don't blame us for not helping you in the throne room. The one who came was the ancestor of the Earth Immortals, Grand Immortal Zhen Yuan. Little you can visit my 5-manor temple when you reach the lower realm. Although it's not as beautiful as it used to be, it's still a sacred place. Brother Zhen Yuan is here too. Looks like we're not too late. Heavenly King Li rushed over with Neza. Then, the 4 heavenly kings also rushed over. Then, the 23 mansions, the 4 valued merit Chao, a few bodhisattvas, and even the 7 fairies rushed over. Tai Bai, release Little Yu's seal. You have to let him talk. Grand Immortal Zhen Yuan smiled at Tai Bai jinxing, who was the last to arrive. Kid, don't blame me. I was forced by the situation. You should understand. Tai Bai jinxing released mind, reading Star Sovereign seal, and shook his head. Everyone, I'm honored to have so many people send me off when I'm demoted. Mind reading Perfected Lord didn't use his mind reading technique. Regardless of whether the people who came were sincere or not, he would be immortal in the future. He probably wouldn't see these people again. Exalted Immortals, it's time. We're going to bring mind reading Perfected Lord to the 6 paths of reincarnation. The escorting heavenly general waited for 2 hours and said softly, Everyone, don't send me off. I'm fine down there. If any of you are demoted to the mortal realm, I'll take care of everything. With that, he followed the 4 heavenly generals to the reincarnation realm. The exalted immortals who were sending him off were speechless after hearing mind reading Perfected Lord's words. Big brother, which path are we taking Perfected Lord to in the 6 paths of reincarnation? The heavenly general at the back asked softly. 4th brother, are you stupid? Didn't you see? With so many people sending him off, if you dare to bring him to the beast path, we won't be able to mingle in the heavenly court anymore. Just let the Perfected Lord walk the mortal path to the lower realm. The leading heavenly general looked at his brother and wished he could kick him off the beast. True Lord, please be magnanimous and leave by yourself. Our mission today is considered complete. When True Lord joins the ranks of the immortals in the future, we will definitely prepare some good wine and dishes to welcome True Lord, the leading heavenly general said with a smile. Everyone, thank you. With that said, True Lord mind reading directly jumped into the human world. It's fine that I was demoted after seeing Fairy Chong eat bathing, but I didn't see anything. Damn it, they didn't even give me a chance to explain. I'm back in the human world. True Lord mind reading thought to himself. The Moon Palace was the most mysterious place in the heavenly court. It was not only because the most beautiful woman in the world lived there, but also because anyone who ascended to the 9 heavens would be told not to provoke that woman. Otherwise, they would have to bear the consequences. Back then, Zhu Beiji flirted with Chong and was banished to the mortal world? Bulsh asterisk T. If Zhu Beiji went to flirt with Chong he would have long become a plate of pig head meat. You must have contributed a lot to True Lord mind reading being demoted to the mortal world, right? Chong, he looked at you, and asked with a smile. Sister, you, wouldn't dare. An extremely beautiful woman said softly. The wine brewed by True Lord mind reading is extremely delicious. I only drank a few cups out of greed. I didn't expect him to. Could it be that he has fallen for you? Chong, E's lips curled into a smile. Stupid girl, you're still so stubborn. Go to the lower realm and look for him. With that said, Chong, E waved her hand and a huge door appeared in the void. Gritted her teeth and walked in. Wu Gang, if you don't want to die, hurry up and come out. Now that you're so powerful, you dare to eavesdrop on me? Chong, he shouted into the void. A tall and mighty man who was close to 2 meters tall walked out with a huge axe. Big sister, will anything happen if you send you down to the lower realm? Wu Gang asked softly. Let her play in the lower realm for 100 days. When the time comes, you'll go and pick her up. Could it be that you've fallen for you? Chong, he narrowed her eyes and said, is indeed much prettier than before. Her breasts are getting bigger. The bigger, the prettier, Wu Gang said subconsciously. Then is hers prettier or mine prettier? Chong, Yi's lips curled into a smirk as she asked the longing Wu Gang. Of course, big sisters are prettier. Big sisters are much bigger than hers. Wu Gang was about to drool. Big your sister. Go and die. With that said, a terrifying force rushed towards Wu Gang. At this moment, Wu Gang realized how big of a taboo he had committed. Before he could react, he was already thrown tens of thousands of meters away. The huge axe landed on his head. Fortunately, it wasn't the side with the edge. Men are all bad. Chong, he looked at Wu Gang, who was flying farther and farther away, and said fiercely, Master, madam, I'm afraid that young master can't be saved this time. His skull is broken, his ribs pierced through his lungs, and his spine was broken into 8 sections. There is no way to restore him. In an extremely luxurious villa, an old man who looked like a doctor said softly to an old couple who were about 50 years old. Dr. Liu, please take another look. Little Bad is naughty and mischievous, but he doesn't deserve to die. You've cured so many difficult and complicated diseases before. Please take another look at him this time. The old woman said softly with tears in her eyes. Dr. Liu nodded slightly and walked into the room again. A young man was lying on the bed. Although his skull was broken, it could still be seen that this young man was good-looking. He drove at a speed of 360 kilometers per hour and directly hit the North Ring Mountain. It's lucky that he can return to the Liu family with this condition. Save him? How? Liu Yidao stretched out his hand and touched the young man's drooping arm. Maybe it's better for him to die. At least in this way, Wu Castle will have one less trouble. Maybe if you save him, he will change. Just when Liu Yidao was in a daze, a sentence suddenly appeared in his mind. He put his hand on the young man's arm and directly put on his pulse. Mind-reading Sage was banished to the mortal world. Unlike the others who were directly reincarnated, he used a magic treasure to let his soul from the mortal world take a good turn in the human world. Start from the beginning? I don't have so much time to waste. Since I'm in the human world, I'll have a good time. In one day, he had a basic understanding of the current human world. Then he saw the scene of young Master Gua's car accident. Young man, you are good-looking. Since you can drive such a good car, your family background should be good. But your body is a little weak. So be it. I don't know how to become an immortal with this body. I'll choose you. After saying that, Mind-reading Sage directly attached his soul from the mortal world to young Master Gua. Master, madam, young master can still be saved. Half an hour later, Liu Yidao walked out of Guo Pai's room unsteadily. He only knew that young Master Gua's body, which was originally broken and could not be cured by surgery, had completely recovered. Now, although it seemed that his life was in danger, there were only some superficial wounds left. Dr. Liu, is what you said true? Is Little Bad really okay? Old Madame Gua asked with tears all over her face. Guo Pai was the only son of the Gua family after losing his son in his early years. If anything happened to Guo Pai, old Madame Gua would definitely not be able to bear such a blow. Just now, I was in young Master's room and helped him comb his body. The bones that I thought could not be reconnected have all been reconnected. Fortunately, it is absolutely fortunate. But I'm afraid it will take some time for him to recover, Liu Yidao said softly. He did not know how young Master Gua's body recovered. Since he did not know, it was not an exaggeration to say that the credit fell to him. Dr. Liu, here is 1 million yuan. Take it first. Little Bad needs your help to recover. Old Master Gua took the check of 1 million yuan from the housekeeper and directly handed it to Liu Yidao, full of gratitude. Don't worry, Master. I will do my best to help young master recover. Lu Yidao took the check of 1 million yuan. Chapter 3. Old man, let us in. We want to see our fourth brother. Why are you stopping us? Do you know who we are? In Wu Castle, we can kill you at any time. A 28-year-old handsome man shouted at Lu Yidao in front of Guopai's door. Keep your voice down, little ancestors. Of course, I know who you are. Who in Marshall City doesn't know your names? Lu Yidao said softly while wiping the sweat off his forehead. Young master's condition has just improved, but he is still in danger. Why don't you come back in a few days? Lu Yidao, I know you. You did a good job this time. If you have any problems in your private clinic, you can come to me directly. Today, we have to go in and see our fourth brother. We have to go in and see him. The one who spoke was a tall and average-looking young man. However, no one in Wu Castle who knew this young man was willing to offend him. It seemed that no one could offend him, because all those who offended him seemed to have sunk into the moat. It was Li Yao, the soldier king of Wu Castle. Master Yao, how about this? I'll open the door for you. You can change into sterile clothes. You can't talk when you go in. Just take a look and then leave. Lu Yidao said softly with cold sweat on his forehead. You should have done this earlier. Take us to change clothes. The fat man who had been standing behind them said loudly. Master Yuan, keep your voice down. Follow me downstairs. I'll help you change into sterile clothes. Lu Yidao took them to his room. Fourth brother, you're so good. You can still survive with such injuries. Haha, when you get better, I'll take you to Wu Castle and find some foreign girls to play with. Haha, Jia Yuan, the youngest billionaire in Wu Castle, ranked third on the list of the richest people under 30 in the country. At first, some people thought that Jia Yuan could be on the list because of the Jia family's influence in the country. Later, it was said from the inside that everything Jia Yuan had obtained had nothing to do with the Jia family. Fourth brother, hurry up and get better. The Black Hand this time is quite interesting. If he can make you better, you'll have to take revenge yourself. Soldier King, Li Yao said softly. Fourth brother, the city's education bureau has already settled your transfer application. When you get better, you can go to the school with the most beautiful girls in Wu Castle. This has always been your dream. Can you hear what I'm saying? Move your fingers. The young man in a suit, who had been silent all this while, said with a wretched look. This man had no money and was not good at fighting. However, he had a good grandfather, who was at the vice-national level. He had several good uncles, who were ministerial cadres. He had 2 good uncles who held important positions in Wu Castle City. Of course, he was doing well now. He was less than 30 years old and was the deputy director of the family planning office in Wu Castle City, Wang Sheng. F***CK, let's go. This kid won't die, Jia Yuan and Wang Yao said at the same time. When Wang Sheng told Guopai that he could go to the beautiful girls, his fingers really moved. Fourth brother, let's go. Have a good rest. Haha, you're injured like this, but you're still thinking about women. You really don't change. After saying that, Wang Sheng was the last one to leave Guopai's intensive care unit leisurely. I'm so lucky. I was sent to the human world and was sent off by the Immortals. Whether they were sincere or not, at least many people came and gave me enough face. I was sent to the human world. Although this kid's character is not good, his brothers are really good. Haha, when I get better, I'll slowly enjoy the good life in the human world for 100 years. After saying that, the mind-reading Immortal completely merged his virtual spirit into Guopai's body. There was no more mind-reading Immortal in the world. Guopai, the one with the least damage in Wu Castle, was resurrected. Miracle. It's really a miracle in the medical world. Young Master's recovery ability is really strong. I just checked him. Except for some scars on his body, he is completely recovered. In 3 months, a lot of things happened in Wu Castle. But the most incredible thing was that Guopai, one of the 4 damage in Wu Castle, was not only saved from the brink of death, but also completely recovered now. Brat, it's good that you're not dead, Old Lady was said with a smile. Dr. Lu, Little Bad can recover so quickly because of you. Here's 10 million yuan. Please accept it. Old Lady Gua handed Lu Yidao a check. Then I'll accept it. Lu Yidao smiled and accepted the check. Young master, you must be careful when driving in the future. I hope that we can be as healthy as we are now when we meet in the future. Thank you, Uncle Lou. However, I'm afraid I won't be able to fulfill your wish. I'm only in my teens, and you're almost 50. No matter how much you live, you won't be able to live longer than me, Guapao said with a smirk. Brat, how can you say that? Old Master was said loudly. Xiao Lu, don't argue with the kid. Go back to the clinic quickly. I'll call you if there's anything. Louis Dao was not angry because of Guo Pai's words. In the past few years, he basically met this brat several times every year. At first, there were some minor injuries caused by bumps and bumps. Later, there were some minor injuries caused by blunt weapons. Then, there were knife wounds. Recently, there were even gunshot wounds. This time, this brat almost died. Fourth bro, hurry up and come out. Look at what Big Bro has brought for you. Hearing this pig-like voice, who else could it be but Jia Yuan? Guopai strode out, followed by the two elders beside him. Fourth brother, this car is yours from now on. It can reach 100 kilometers per hour in 2.8 seconds. I have changed the tires and the entire car body to be bulletproof. I have changed everything that can be changed for you. Even if you crash into the North Ring Mountain like last time, you will only suffer minor injuries at most. Haha, fourth brother, not bad, right? Jia Yuan pointed at a silver-white Bugatti and laughed. Thank you, second brother. I'll take this car. Let's go in and sit. Guopai saw that his father's face was about to change, so he directly pulled Jia Yuan into the house. Screech. With a screech, a big green Jeep stopped outside the Guiz villa. It was much worse than the Bugatti just now. Brother Yao, for a military Jeep to be driven like this by you, this little brother admires. While speaking, Liao and Wang Sheng walked down from the car. Fourth brother, we're here to see you. Why don't you come out and welcome us? Liao shouted. The black cat that was napping on the balcony immediately ran away without a trace. Big brother, third brother. Guopai walked out and gave each of them a hug. Brother, I'm fine again. Haha. It's said that one who survives a great disaster is bound to have good fortune. Second brother gave me a car. Shouldn't you give me something as well? Little brat, how can you ask for something from the guests? Old Madam Wu walked out and said to the three of them with a smile. Grandma, are you planning to go back to work in the government? Wang Xing took a step forward and helped old Madam Guo out of the room. Little Sheng, are you looking for a beating? I'm already over 70 years old. Why would I go back to work in the government? Let me tell you, if anyone dares to give that little brat those messy things again, I'll teach you a lesson. Although old Madam Wu knew that these little kids had caused a lot of trouble, she still liked them from the bottom of her heart. Grandma, you look like you're in your 50s at first glance. I thought the government had hired you back. Wang Sheng said with a smile. Grandma, you'll definitely be satisfied with what I gave fourth brother this time. Take a look at this. Wang Sheng handed a folder to old Madam Wu as he spoke. Admission notice of Takashi University Affiliated Middle School. Old Madam Wu opened the folder and was stunned at first. This school was not a place that ordinary people could get into. Countless people from all over the country wanted to use their connections to get into this school, but they were all rejected by the rigid Li Xuanyu. Old Madam Wu had also tried to look for Li Xuanyu in the past, but she was rejected. Little Sheng, it's really the world of young people like you now. When I want to look for old Li, he didn't even give me any face. Tell me, how did you deal with that stubborn old man? Old Madam Wu asked with a smile. I didn't deal with him, but I dealt with his precious granddaughter. Haha, Wang Sheng said with a smirk. Little brat, you're just like Little Bad. When you can be like Yao, we'll be relieved. After hearing Wang Sheng's words, old Madam Wu immediately understood what was going on. She laughed and scolded them. Second brother, you said that fourth brother is going to school soon. Let's bet how long he can stay in school. Wang Sheng hugged Jia Yuan and asked with a smile. 1 month, at most 1 month. Before Jia Yuan could say anything, Liao said something, which was rare of him. Fourth brother, I think you don't have to go to school. Come with me to the military region. You can play with guns, cannons, and airplanes. How enjoyable and carefree it will be. My 3 brothers, this car accident made me feel a lot. I think I'll turn over a new leaf. After I finish high school and enter society, the four of us can fight for the country together, Guopai said with a serious face. Chapter 4. Fourth Brother, You Haven't Recovered Yet? When the three heard Guopai's words, they all widened their eyes. How could those words come out of the mouth of a five-poisons teenager who ate, drank, gambled, and smoked all kinds of drugs? Illusion? It must be an illusion. Wang Sheng shook his head. Why don't we give Lao Lu a call and see if he used any hallucinogens on Fourth Brother, or if Lao Lu used hypnosis on Fourth Brother? I've heard before that this kind of treatment can make the patient's body recover temporarily. Brothers, I'm telling the truth. Guopai looked at his three brothers and said softly, After this narrow escape, I suddenly feel that life can have more fun, such as going to school, picking up girls. It sounds very enjoyable. You're really sick. Third brother, make the call and tell that guy, surnamed Lu, that if he dares to use hypnosis or hallucinogens on Fourth Brother, then he can go to the coffin shop first and then come to us. Jia Yuan said fiercely, My dear brother, how can you not believe me when I tell the truth? I really have to go to school, or else I'll be wasting the notice that second brother got me. Guopai said loudly, Why don't we make a bet on how long I can stay in school? Don't bet too much. 10 million is fine. It just so happens that money is tight recently, and going to school also costs money. Damn, Fourth Brother, don't tell me you're serious. Wang Sheng widened his eyes and said, Bet. I'll bet with you. I really don't believe that a five-poisons teenager like you can stay in a place like school for a month, and it's also a famous school in the city. I don't believe that Old Lee will let you stay for a month. I'll also bet 10 million. If you don't have money, I remember that your father has a few good calligraphy and paintings. Just give me one of them. Jia Yuan said with a smile. I'm not betting. No matter who wins or loses, give me 5 million. Consider it the money for the judge. Li Yao said with a smile. Okay, Brother Yao, get ready to collect the money. Jia Yuan said loudly. Lao Si, don't say that we're taking advantage of you. Today, I'll treat you to dinner and take you to Wu Castle to have fun. Otherwise, you'll be kicked out on your first day of school. Huh. After that, the four of them drove Li Yao's military jeep straight to the biggest and most luxurious nightclub in Wu Castle City, Wu Castle's world. Boom. The big jeep stopped, but it happened to hit a Porsche 911. There was no problem with the big jeep. It seemed that the front of the jeep was just a little paint chipped, but the back of the 911 was badly damaged. Mother Faster's Kerr, it's really unlucky. My big jeep crashed into a Porsche's chrysanthemum. My poor big jeep. Liao got off the car and looked at the front of his big jeep, saying with a distressed expression, Blockhead, do you want to die? And those guys in the car, get off. Don't think you can leave after hitting my car. A teenager with 7 colored hair got off the 911 with a delinquent girl in his arms and shouted at Liao and the 3 people in the car. I'm going to be rich. Since they hit Brother Ghost's car, I'll make them pay for a 911 and buy a new one for Brother Ghost. I'll spend a few 100,000 yuan to repair this car, and it'll be mine. Guopai looked at the kid and immediately knew what he was thinking. Brother Ghost? I know who he is. The human world is so interesting. Being an immortal wouldn't have such interesting things. Guopai searched for Brother Ghost's information in his mind and immediately knew who Brother Ghost was. Lao Si, you're familiar with this place. Who is Brother Ghost? Have you heard of him? Liao touched his big jeep and asked Guopai without raising his head. Who cares who he is? Let's go drink. I won't be able to fool around with my brothers tomorrow. I'll be a student. Ha! Guopai and the other 2 got off the car and pulled Liao up. They didn't even look at the little delinquent and the delinquent girl beside him and walked straight into Wu Castle's world. Brother Ghost, your car was hit. Yes, I'm now at the entrance of Wu Castle's world. The people who hit your car are now in Wu Castle's world. There are 4 of them. I understand. Brother Ghost, don't worry. They won't be able to escape before you arrive. The little delinquent with 7 colored hair nodded and spoke into the phone. Bad guy, you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. I heard you were injured a few days ago. Are you okay? When the 4 of them entered Wu Castle's world, a middle-aged man wearing a big gold chain walked over with a smile. Brother Long, did you miss your brother? Hurry up and arrange a big private room for the four of us. You should know what kind of girls you should arrange. Hurry up, Guopai said with a smirk. F***CK the heavens. This is what life is like. Nine Dragons Hall. It's always reserved for us. I'll arrange the girls for you in a while. 3 for each of you. I'm a good brother, right? Black Dragon, the boss of Wu Castle's world, was said to be a person who could get along well with both the underworld and the underworld. No one dared to offend him since he could open such an entertainment city in Wu Castle. F***CK. I'll deal with this Black Dragon sooner or later. Guopai cursed loudly as soon as he sat down in Nine Dragons Hall. Old 4, that Black Dragon guy is not bad. He was quite polite when he saw us. Do you have any conflicts with him? Liao asked with a smile. Nothing. I just felt uncomfortable when I saw the big gold chain he was wearing. Guopai said with a smile. Let's drink first. Liao and the others didn't understand. The moment they were chatting with Black Dragon, Guopai's mind-reading technique fell on Black Dragon. For evils of Wu Castle. F***CK. You guys don't pay me every time I come. I'll get you guys some sick people later and infect them all. What kind of wine is this? It's disgusting. Guopai picked up the wine cup, took a big gulp, and directly spat it out. Disgusting? How could not be? How could the number 1 winemaker in the heavens not taste the same when he drank the wine of the mortal world? Old 4, this is your favorite law fight. What's wrong? You've been through hell, and now you're picky. Jia Yuan took a big gulp. Not bad. It's real law fight. That Black Dragon guy wouldn't dare to fool us with fake wine. You guys drink. I'll go out and get some drinkable wine. With that, Guopai walked out of the hall without looking back. I'm sorry, sir. As soon as Guopai walked out of the door, a black shadow bumped into him. It's fine, it's fine. Don't waste my time. Hurry up and leave. Guopai reached out and pushed the black shadow away. He had to find a quiet place to drink what little wine he had left. Guopai, is it you? A sweet voice sounded in Guopai's ears. She was a beauty, an absolute beauty. She was 165 meters tall, and her black hair reached her waist. Her miniskirt showed off her pair of national treasure-level legs. Her delicate facial features matched her perfect figure. God was really biased. The girl in front of him had everything that every woman dreamed of. You, why are you here? Guopai immediately recognized the beauty in front of him. Before his accident, Yu was the school belle of Wu Castle's 9th high school. She was his classmate, and he failed to win her heart. Guopai, I beg you, help me. Tu Ba is looking for me again. Help me. Yu held onto Guopai's hand as if she had found her savior. It's best if you can get this bad guy to fight with Tu Ba. That way, I can take the opportunity to escape. I'm really unlucky today. Guopai looked at Yu and immediately knew what this beauty was thinking. You actually want to scheme against me. Tu Ba is not a good person. It seems that I'm also not a good person in your eyes. You want me to help you? Aren't you afraid that I'll take advantage of you? With that, Guopai's finger was already on Yu's chin. Scoundrel, no matter what, we are classmates. Please tell me this once. Tu Ba is here. Yu glanced out of the corner of her eyes and saw a 2-meter-tall man walking towards them with 3 or 4 people. Come with me first. I can't beat that big guy. With that, Guopai pulled Yu into Nine Dragons Hall. 4th brother, you're amazing. Where did you get this girl? She's really something. Let that bastard Heilong come in. He said that he would give us the girl. I don't even see her shadow. Jia Yuan said loudly. 2nd brother, let's deal with the matter in front of us first. Guopai said with a smirk. Bang! The door of Nine Dragons Hall was kicked open with a loud sound. Scoundrel, we've always minded our own business. When you didn't come to Marshall City's world a few days ago, I didn't touch any of your girls. Why are you trying to steal my girls today? Master Yao, your big jeep was set on fire. Heilong walked into Nine Dragons Hall with a helpless expression. After he finished speaking, he realized that there were quite a lot of people in Nine Dragons Hall today. Chapter 5. Unlucky, really unlucky. It's my last day to turn over a new leaf, and they won't even let me rest. Guopai said loudly. Brother Yao, you can deal with your car yourself. I'll talk to Brother Tu Ba. Damn, you stole someone else's girl. What's there to talk about? Jia Yuan laughed loudly. But this girl is really good. If it were me, I would steal her too. So what? Tuba, third brother, do you know this big guy? Jia Yuan asked loudly, as if he wanted to see the world in chaos. Second brother, I've told you many times. Manners, manners. I don't know Tuba, but if he's from the Tu family, he should be related to Tu Beixing. Wang Sheng drank a mouthful of Lafite and said with a smile, Let's drink. This is fourth brother's fault. Let him deal with it himself. Jia Yuan looked at Tu Ba and said with a smile, Tu family? Let's play slowly. Scoundrel, all of us have heard of your name before. However, since you didn't say anything today, why didn't you give us an explanation? Tu Ba narrowed his eyes as he looked at the young man who was more than 10 years younger than him. You're just a kid. How dare you fight with me? You're asking for death. Pa! With a sound, the bottle fell. Everyone, including Jia Yuan and Wang Sheng, was stunned by Guo Pai's action. Son of A.B. *TCH. Are you trying to scare me? You three, drag this idiot out. His hair is all grown, but he's too stupid. Guo Pai threw the broken bottle in his hand to the ground. What a waste of my Lafite. Third bro hit me. Am I dreaming? Why is fourth bro so ferocious now? Jia Yuan asked Wang Sheng. Second brother, hit me. I don't know if I'm dreaming. Wang Sheng said with his eyes wide open. Pa! Third brother, does it hurt? Just as Wang Sheng finished speaking, Jia Yuan's fat palm had already landed on Wang Sheng's face. Son of A.B. *TCH, Jia Yuan. You really hit me. Wang Sheng was stunned. He shouted and pressed Jia Yuan to the ground. You're the one who asked me to hit you, and now you're blaming me? In terms of combat power, Wang Sheng couldn't win against Jia Yuan because they weren't on the same level. Second brother, third brother, let's stop first. Let's go and see how Brother Yao is doing. About 5 minutes later, the Lafite on the table was scattered all over the ground. Guo Pai looked at the two people who were wrestling on the ground and said with a smile, Third brother, I was too heavy-handed just now. Hurry up and get up. Let's go check on Brother Yao. Jia Yuan pulled Wang Sheng up. Second brother, I don't blame you for what happened just now. It was my bad mouth. Hurry up and get up. After saying that, the two of them helped each other to stand up. Yu's eyes widened. Were these two people really the legendary four pests of Wu Castle? This was too hilarious. Beauty, what are you looking at? Are you interested tonight? As you can see, our fourth brother is too cruel. We brothers are different. We are all cultured people. The three of us can have a heart-to-heart talk and talk about the future. Wang Sheng narrowed his eyes and looked at Yu. Ahem, brothers, I am a student. You misunderstood, Yu said with a red face. So what if you were a student? There are nurses, stewardesses, white-collar workers here. We brothers have seen all kinds of people. You don't need to explain. We will take care of fourth brother later. Jia Yuan looked at Yu and said, Second brother, third brother, hurry up and get out. I feel that something is wrong with Brother Yao. Guo Pai looked at the two like two wolves who had not eaten meat for many years and suddenly caught a little lamb. His face was full of black lines. These two brothers were really the best. Don't worry. If Brother Yao can't take care of it, it will be useless even if we go. Jia Yuan did not even look at Guo Pai and said loudly, Damn, you even dare to touch my sister-in-law. According to the rules of the underworld, I should give you 3 slashes and 6 holes. According to the rules of the Tang dynasty, you don't know how to die. Guo Pao couldn't take it anymore and roared, Let me formally introduce her to you now. Her name is Yu. She's my woman, your sister-in-law. Damn, fourth brother, this joke is too big. You have only been out for a short while, and you have already given us a sister-in-law? Jia Yuan was stunned and shouted, Your woman? She is still a virgin. Fourth brother, you dare to say that she is your woman? If she is not, you will never be able to get it up again. Jia Yuan, Wang Sheng, Guo Pai, if you can't appear in front of me in 10 seconds, we can't be brothers anymore. While they were quarreling, Liao suddenly shouted outside the building. Damn it, if you don't want to die, get out of my way. Jia Yuan shouted and ran out of Wu Castle's world. On the way, everyone who saw Jia Yuan widened their eyes. How could such a fat man run so fast? Brother Yao, did you lose? Jia Yuan, Wang Sheng, and Guo Pai saw a group of people surrounding Li Yao, and their hearts tightened. Jia Yuan asked in a low voice, "What loss?" They said that they would reason with me. It is more suitable for you guys to do the work without fighting. So I called you guys over. Li Yao smiled and said to the three people who were running over, "Third brother, do you want to do this, or should I?" Jia Yuan looked at Wang Sheng and said with a smile, "You guys go in and drink with your big brother. This is my place. I will do it." Guo Pai took a step forward and said to the three with a smile, "Okay, let's go drink and leave this to fourth brother." Li Yao was stunned at first. Then he walked into Wu Castle's world with Jia Yuan and Wang Sheng, who wanted to say something. "Big brother, is fourth brother okay? I have seen that guy called a Gui. He is not easy to deal with." The three sat down in the room, and Wang Sheng said softly, "Have you guys noticed that fourth brother has changed? After the car accident, he has changed a lot." Liao took a sip of wine and said with a smile, "Wu Castle will belong to this guy in the future. Big brother, I know that fourth brother saved you back then. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to get along so well with that little guy who only knows how to eat, drink, gamble, and smoke. Although we can feel that fourth brother has grown a lot over the years, it's not to the extent that Marshall City will belong to him in the future," Wang Sheng said softly. "Second brother, third brother, if you two were to reason with them, how much do you think you can get?" Li Yao asked with a smile. "Brother Yao, your car is worth about 30 million yuan. The fire just now burned the interior of the car, but the big parts are not a problem. If we don't use our family's power, it is not a big problem to ask them to pay you 20 million yuan." Wang Sheng said with a smile. 30 million yuan. Jia Yuan did not explain and said with a smile, "Let's wait for fourth brother to come back and see what he can do." "Huh," Li Yao said with a laugh. "Guo Pai, it was your big brother's car that hit mine first. You fix our car, and we will restore your big brother's car to its original state. What else do you want?" A shirtless man with a skull tattoo on his back said arrogantly, "This broken Jeep, I will pay you tens of thousands of yuan. But my 911, if you don't have 500,000 yuan, you will not be able to fix it." The man who spoke was called Brother Ghost in Wu Castle City and Wu Castle World. He was a well-known figure. "Go on." Guo Pai found a clean place and sat down directly. "That's all. We don't want to have a conflict with you, but we can't just let it go like this." Brother Ghost said loudly, 100 million yuan. I will give you 3 days to prepare 100 million yuan in Wu Castle World. When the time comes, my big brother will come to get the money." Guo Pai narrowed his eyes and said, "Kid, did you get into a car accident and become stupid?" Brother Ghost said with a smile, "Ask Liao to come out. If you don't want to lose money, then it's even better. Ask Liao to fight in my underground boxing ring, and this matter will be written off." F***CK, you really think you're something. Guo Pai slowly stood up. "Song Yin, let's not talk about your underground boxing ring. What do you think will happen if I call Director Dai of the Public Security Bureau right now and tell him that his son is in your freezer? Or I can tell Song Wei that you have some good videos of his wife and you on your computer. What do you think will happen?" "You, what are you talking about? I don't understand." Brother Go Song Yin was stunned, and his face suddenly changed. How could he know these things? This kid can't be left alive. Don't think about killing me. I didn't die last time, and I won't have such a chance again. Guo Pai narrowed his eyes and said. Chapter 6. Brother Gui, go prepare the money. We like cash, 100 million. We need a lot of money. If you don't have Huaxia dollars, we can accept US dollars or British pounds, but not Japanese yen. It's too much. Using the car to transport it will waste gas. Haha. Guo Pai patted Song Yin's face as he spoke. Then, he turned around and walked towards Wu Castle. Hurry up and find someone to fix the car. If my brother's car can't be fixed before midnight, prepare an extra 10 million. I'll find a way to fix it myself. Brother Gui, what should we do? The young gangster with colorful hair asked cautiously. F***CK, it's all because of you. Hurry up and fix the big Jeep. Otherwise, find a way to pay that 10 million. If you can't afford it, you can dissect yourself and sell it. Scram, all of you scram. Song Yin shouted. Brother, it's done. 3 days later, drive a bigger car to collect the money. I'm going to school soon, so I might not have time to come over on that day. Zhilong Hall was cleaned up. Guo Pai walked in with a wine gourd in his hand and said with a smile, Lao Si, how much did you ask that guy to fix the car? Jia Yuan asked with a smile. Guo Pai sat down and hugged Yu. He opened the gourd and drank a mouthful of wine. Then, he slowly stretched out a finger. 1 million? Brother Yao, let's see. I say, let's go. 1 million is about enough to fix the interior of your car, Wang Sheng said with a smile. Guo Pai was stunned for a moment after hearing Wang Sheng's words. Then, he shook his head. F***CK, Lao Si, don't tell me you only asked for 100,000. Although it was our brother who hit their car first, we're not a loss. Are they blind? Big Brother's big Jeep is also something that their lousy car can block the road? Jia Yuan said unhappily. Lao Si, not bad. 10 million is not a small amount. I'll give you half of it later. Liao looked at Guo Pai with a smile. 10 million yuan was not a big sum for the four of them. However, it was completely beyond Li Yao's expectations that Guo Pai could win 10 million yuan by arguing with others. If Brother Yao is willing to share half of it with me, then I'll take it. When the time comes, just transfer the money directly to my card. Let's not talk about anything else today. Let's drink. Let's drink, Guo Pai said with a smile. You, I saved you today. How are you going to repay me? It's said that those who survive a great disaster are bound to have good fortune. Look at me. I've been so sad that my good fortune hasn't come yet. Why don't you accompany me tonight and bring my good fortune? Guo Pai, show some respect. Didn't you say it before? You don't force women. What's wrong? Are you going to bully the weak now? Yu said with wide eyes. Little girl, you'll be mine sooner or later. Weren't you thinking in your heart that if you can't resist, then just submit to a rascal like me? Anyway, a rascal like me looks good. If you look closely, it's not that annoying. Ha, Guo Pai said with a laugh. Who would think that? I'm going home. If you really want me to be your woman, then you have to work hard. With your current state, you still have a long way to go if you want me, you, to be with you. With that, Yu broke free from Guo Pai's embrace with a red face and walked out of Nine Dragons Hall without looking back. Lao Si, are you letting her go just like that? We just asked clearly. She used you as a tool. The matter of Tu Ba was caused by her, right? Jia Yuan said loudly. She'll be my woman sooner or later. What's the rush? Guo Pai said with a smile. Each of you get a clean cup. I'll let you know what wine is. I've been drinking horse piss with you for so many years. Just thinking about it makes me sick. Lao Si, are you looking for a beating? Wu Castle is the first place you brought us to. Now you say you've been drinking horse piss with us for so many years. That's disgusting. I'll go get a cup right now. Let's see what kind of good wine you can bring out. With that, Wang Sheng strode out of Nine Dragons Hall. A moment later, 3 exquisite crystal cups appeared in his hands. Using these cups is a waste of the wine. Forget it. Just make do with it. Guo Pai shook his head and said, Lao Si, don't be so full of yourself. Otherwise, you'll be the one to lose face. Jia Yuan said loudly. He had seen the cups in front of him before. Black Dragon had asked someone to carve them out of crystal. He estimated that the number of people in Marshall City who could make Black Dragon take out these cups could be counted on one hand. Stop, Lao Si. Are you going to pour out the wine from the gourd you just drank for us? It's a new bottle. Don't be so stingy. Wang Sheng reached out his hand to stop Guo Pai, who was about to pour the wine. Lao San, let Lao Si pour the wine. From the moment Guo Pai entered the room, Li Yao's eyes never left the wine gourd. It looked very much like the strange gourd that countless experts couldn't tell the age of his grandfather's collection. F***CK, you guys go ahead. I will drink this 1982 Lafite. Saying this, Wang Sheng picked up a bottle of 1982 Lafite and sat down on one side. Guo Pai smiled slightly. He poured 2/3 of the wine into the 3 cups and then took a big gulp from the gourd. He didn't care whether his 3 brothers drank or not. He hummed a tune leisurely and thought about the future. Brother, let's have a drink. Let's taste the good wine that Lao Si mentioned. Jia Yuan picked up his cup and clinked it with Li Yao's. He raised his head and poured the rainbow-colored liquor into his stomach. Lao San, let go of my hand. I don't want to hit you. Let go of my hand. The moment Li Yao and Jia Yuan poured the wine into their stomachs at the same time. Their other hands pinched the remaining full wine cup at the same time. Brother Yao, all these years, I've never asked you for anything, right? When you went to the army and asked for money, I didn't even blink my eyes. I drove a truck for 100 million yuan for you. When you were carrying out missions in the U.S., I even found American stars for you to enjoy. Today, I don't ask for anything else. Just let go of my hand. Jia Yuan said with a serious face. Damn it, you guys are acting. With that, Wang Sheng touched the wine cup with his finger and licked in his mouth. Brother, let go. If you don't let go, I'll call the police. Wang Sheng shouted. You guys have finished one cup each. This cup is mine. Let go of my hand. Lao San, you said it yourself. If you don't drink, let go of my hand. Otherwise, the wine cup will break and no one can drink. Liao said loudly. Let go or I'll shoot. With that, Liao really pulled out a golden desert eagle from his waist. Brother, you can shoot here. My whole body is bulletproof, except for this part. Jia Yuan laughed and pointed at his head. Pa! The wine gourd in Guopai's hand fell to the ground. My hand slipped. Who can pick up the wine gourd? There's more than half of it left. Guopai said loudly. You guys can drink the wine in this cup. Liao jumped straight to the wine gourd that was still spinning on the ground. Brother Yao, you can pick any car in my garage. Let me have a gourd. Jia Yuan's reaction was a little slower, but he was closer to the gourd. He and Liao grabbed the gourd at the same time. Damn it, I'll drink this cup first. Wang Sheng drank the wine in the cup in one gulp and licked the cup with his tongue. Big brother, second brother, there should be a lot of wine in this gourd. How about this? Let's each drink a cup. Otherwise, no one will be able to drink it. Wang Sheng held the wine cup and said softly, Get lost. This has nothing to do with you. Liao and Jia Yuan said at the same time. Then you guys go ahead. Wang Sheng said and walked to Guopai's side. Brother, do you still have that wine? You have to go to school tomorrow. I spent a lot of effort on your notice. When Liao heard Wang Sheng's words, he immediately sobered up and said loudly to Jia Yuan, Fatty, let go. I'll share this gourd with you. Brother C has more. Why are we fighting over this gourd? Brother Yao, let go. I can't beat you. If I give it to you and you don't share it with me, I'll lose. Who knows if Brother C has more of such delicious wine? Jia Yuan said loudly. Okay, brother, you take the gourd. If you dare to give me less than a drop, I promise I'll drive a tank to your garage. After saying that, Liao reluctantly let go of the gourd. Brothers, I just want to ask you one question. I just said that I've been drinking horse piss all these years. Is that right? Guopao looked at the three of them with a mischievous smile. Yes, it tasted worse than horse piss. Jia Yuan said loudly. Good brother, my bad brother. Tell me the truth. Do you have more of this wine? Chapter 7. Not much, but brothers, each of you can go out and get a bottle. I can pour a bottle for each of you, Guopai said with a smile. Second brother, give me my gourd first. Fourth brother, I'll give you this gourd. You said to pour a bottle for each of us. After saying that, Jia Yuan ran out. Big brother, third brother, you guys hurry up and find the bottles. I have to go back early today and get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow, your little brother will go to school. Huh, Guopai said with a smile. After waiting for an hour, Jia Yuan was the first to come in. Guopai was stunned by Jia Yuan, most likely by the wine jar in Jia Yuan's hand. It had a diameter of over 1 meter and was about half a person's height. Fortunately, Jia Yuan was able to carry it. Fourth brother, you said to pour a bottle for me. I can't find the bottle. You can fill up this wine jar. Jia Yuan's shirt was completely soaked, and he said loudly while panting. Fatty, don't block the way. As the two of them were talking, Liao carried in a wine jar that was one size bigger than Jia Yuan's wine jar. Big brother, you also bought it from old Jia, right? I saw this and didn't move it, Jia Yuan said while panting as he looked at Liao, whose face was flushed red. Fourth brother, I can't find the bottle. Fill up this wine jar. Liao said the same thing as Jia Yuan. Damn, you two are too shameless. You said it's a bottle. Why did you get a big jar? Wang Sheng said with a relaxed expression. Third brother, where's your bottle? Brothers, let's take a look. Don't be stupid. For such a good wine, we'll be idiots if we don't fill it with a drop. Jia Yuan said loudly. You guys come a little. My bottle will be here soon, Wang Sheng said with a smile. Look, it's here. The three of them turned their heads and saw two muscular men carrying a huge wine jar, slowly walking in front of them. Third brother, you're shameless. This wine jar is the treasure of old Jio's wine parlor. Why did you bring it here? Jia Yuan shouted. Shameless? Second brother, you're wrong. Mine is at least a wine bottle. It's better than your wine jar, Wang Sheng said with a complacent look on his face. My three brothers really think highly of me. How much of that wine do you think I have? Guopai rubbed his chin and said with a smile. Then we don't care. You have to fill it up for us. If you need money, you can ask second brother for it. If you can't deal with people, I'll do it. No matter what, you have to fill it up for us. Don't try to fool us with horse urine, Li Yao said loudly. Take your stuff and follow me home. Since my three brothers want to drink, I'll be generous today and fill your cups. Huh, Mang said as he leisurely walked out of Wu Castle. Damn, when did fourth bro get so much good wine? If he fills up all of our cups, there will be at least a few hundred jeans, Wang Sheng said with widened eyes. That's right. I originally wanted to scare fourth brother with this wine jar, but he really did have so much good wine. Isn't that right? He's been drinking the same things as us for so many years. If he has such good wine, how can he drink anything else? Jia Yuan said as he shook his big head. Why you care so much? I'll go find some people to help move the wine jar to fourth bro. He can't hold it like an idiot like this anymore, Liao said as he went to find Black Dragon. After a while, several big men moved the wine jar and the big wine bottle away. Little Black, stand up. Did those people leave? On the top floor of Wu Castle, a woman asked Black Dragon who was kneeling on the ground. They're all gone. I don't know what those guys want to do. Fatty and Liao each got a wine jar from Old Wine. Wang Sheng is even more exaggerated. He brought over old wine's treasure, Black Dragon said, softly with incomparable respect. I know. There's nothing else for you to do. Go back. After the woman finished speaking, Black Dragon turned around and left, carefully closing the door. Guotian, your son was lucky last time, but I don't know if he'll be so lucky in the future. The woman said fiercely. The wine glass in her hand was crushed, but her white jade-like skin was not hurt at all. Brother Dragon, you're so good. I want more. In the basement of Wu Castle, the star of Wu Castle's world was stripped naked, and Black Dragon was galloping on her body. Every time Black Dragon saw the woman on the top floor, he would go to the basement to vent his anger. That horrible woman, the manager of Wu Castle's world, died. It was as if it happened yesterday, and he couldn't get out of his mind. Brother Dragon, you were so good just now, but I still want more. A beautiful woman leaned on Black Dragon and said coquettishly, Here's 1 million. Put on your clothes and get out. After Black Dragon finished speaking, he began to put on his clothes slowly, as if the meticulous woman in front of him didn't exist. 10 minutes later, the two walked out of the basement one after the other. Put down your wine containers. You can go back. Come here tomorrow morning and take the wine away. After Guopai finished speaking, he ordered Liao and the other two to leave. Fourth brother, don't play tricks on us. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble tomorrow. Jia Yuan roared. He looked at his wine jar and licked his lips fiercely. The admission notice. Hee, isn't this the same as the piece of paper that Lord Tai Bai gave me back when I broke through the 9 heavenly tribulations and ascended to the heavenly court? Guopao couldn't help but smile. Let's fill up these drunkards' wine first. It's so painful to give away a few hundred kilograms of wine. I don't know if the remaining wine is enough for me to drink for 100 years. Forget it. I'm not going to cultivate anymore. With such thin spiritual energy in the human world, even if I cultivate for 10,000 years, I won't be able to reach the nascent soul stage. It's impossible to ascend. I'll just enjoy life for the rest of my life. After saying that, Guopai came down from the roof. He walked straight into his room and fell asleep. You've drunk so much wine. Shouldn't you let me kiss you? Star Sovereign, you're so naughty. Just kissing is boring. My chest is a little tight. Star Sovereign, help me take a look at you, The heart-reading Star Sovereign stretched his hand towards Ur's perky area. The moment he touched it, an angry roar sounded in his ears. Well done, heart-reading Star Sovereign. Seems like it's too easy for you to be banished to the mortal world. Men, bring the heart-reading Star Sovereign to the southern heavenly gate. Use the 9 heavens' divine thunder to destroy his body and soul. The Jade Emperor shouted. Jade Emperor, I've been wronged. Guopai roared and woke up from his dream. His pajamas were all drenched. Even the bedding on his bed was drenched. A dream. So it was just a dream. Guopai mumbled. No, since I've been banished to the mortal world, I shouldn't use the heart-reading technique so that the Jade Emperor won't use it against me. I can't afford to do that. Master Yao, Master Yuan, Master Sheng, our family's young master has already gone to school. He said that your things are in the backyard. Come with me. As he spoke, the Guo family's housekeeper carefully led the 3 of them to the Guo family's backyard. Big brother, let's open the wine jar and taste it. Could it be that 4th brother gave us some cold water to trick us? Jia Yuan touched his wine jar and said softly, Butler, did your young master ask you to pour cold water into these wine jars yesterday? Or did he ask you to go out and buy some wine? Liao stared at the butler and asked, When we woke up this morning, these 2 wine jars and this big wine bottle were already in our backyard. Young master specially instructed us not to let anyone touch them. He said that we should quickly take them away when you arrived, the Guo family's butler said softly. Chapter 8. Big brother, second brother, I'll take the wine and leave first. No one knew where Wang Sheng got a straw from. He opened a small opening in his huge wine bottle and sucked lightly. Then he quickly closed the lid and called 2 servants of the Guo family to lift the big wine bottle. F***CK. Look at the second brother's behavior. His wine must be real. We can't let him go. If our wine isn't real, at least we could drink his. Liao stopped Wang Sheng. Big brother, what are you doing? Let me go. I have a meeting later. I don't know how my uncle will punish me. Let me go, brothers. Wang Sheng said loudly. You're just a deputy director of family planning. Wait a moment. After we finish testing our wine, we'll let you go. Give me the straw. Liao said loudly. Fatty, we'll leave first. If there's anything, you can find me at home. Liao took a small sip and quickly closed the lid. He didn't look for anyone else. He picked up the big wine bottle and turned to leave. You can't leave. You can't leave until I've finished testing the wine. Jia Yuan's heart tightened. 4th brother, you can't bully your brother like this. While thinking, Jia Yuan took the straw that Liao handed over and sucked gently. Let's go, let's go. If there's nothing, don't look for me. Let me get drunk. Jia Yuan said with an indescribable happiness on his face. Brother Sheng, what's in the wine bottle and jar? Why are they so happy? After the 3 of them left, a few servants looked at the butler and asked. The butler picked up the straw that Jia Yuan used and licked it without caring if it was clean or not. Young master, wine, wine. The butler was so excited that he fainted. Of course, Guopao naturally didn't know all of this. He woke up from his nightmare, washed up, and obediently had breakfast with the 2 elders. After that, he didn't let anyone send him off and strolled towards the school by himself. Takashi University Affiliated High School. There's no information in this kid's memory. It's better to take the bus. If this continues, I don't know when we'll arrive. Guopai looked at the bus stop in front of him. Route 888. That was the final stop. Brother's luck has always been good. Here we are. Let's go. Takashi University Affiliated High School. Here I come. Beauties cheer. I'm here to save you. Guopai thought and jumped into the bus. Brat, pay. Hurry up. There are people behind you. The driver glanced at Guopai, who wanted to go back. Pay by card? F***CK. I didn't bring any money. Guopai looked at the fare list again. To Takashi University Affiliated High School. No matter where you got on the bus, the fare was 1 yuan. It was really cheap. However, Guopai didn't have a single cent on him. Brat, where are you going? Don't tell me you're trying to cheat. The driver looked at Guopai with disdain. To Takashi University Affiliated High School. Brother, how about this? I came out in a hurry this time and didn't bring any money. I only brought a card. I'll buy a ticket next time, Guopai said with a black face. Embarrassing, really embarrassing. Even when he was an immortal, he wasn't this embarrassed. Brat, stand aside and let the people behind you get on the bus first, the driver said with a smile. Brat, you're about the same age as my brat. He's also in Takashi University affiliated high school. Let me tell you, Uncle can give you a free ticket, but you can't lie to Uncle. Your school is closed, and you can only go home once a month. You said you'll buy a ticket next time. There are a total of 60 buses on Route 888. The probability of you meeting me again is 1 in 1,800, which means that it's very difficult for us to meet again. Uncle, stop. I'll get off the bus and get the money. Don't say any more. Guopai looked at the driver who was about to continue talking. He even knew that the driver was ready to educate him for an hour with his mind-reading ability. He couldn't stand it anymore. If he couldn't afford a fight, he could just hide. Uncle, I'll pay for him. You'd better concentrate on driving. Just when the two were in a deadlock, a 15-year-old girl came from behind and put $1 into the coin slot. Then, she pulled Guopai to sit in the back. Open, the world is really too open. This girl actually held my hand directly. Don't you know that men and women shouldn't touch each other? Open, I like it. Ha, this little girl is really good-looking. Guopai looked at the girl who pulled him to sit in the back. She was actually comparable to Yu. Although she wasn't as big as Yu, her youthful aura completely surpassed Yu's. Little she, you're meddling in other people's business again. If your aunt knows, she'll definitely educate you again. The girl who helped Guopai was called Tang Shi. Guopai now realized that there was a beautiful girl who was no less beautiful than her beside the girl. Easy, lower your voice. If you don't say anything, my mom definitely won't know. Good, Easy. You definitely won't say anything either, right? Tang Shi said with a smile. Suyi looked up and saw that Guopai was looking at them. She glared at Guopai and said, Kid, what are you looking at? Don't try to take the opportunity to strike up a conversation. Don't ask for her phone number, WeChat, or horoscope. You don't have to pay back the money. What else do you want? Little girl, I'm not looking for you. Who was Guopai? He was one of the 4 evils of Wu Castle. How could he be scared by this little girl? Moreover, Guopai was the mind-reading star of the Heavenly Court. My name is Guopai. Today, I'm going to report to the high school affiliated to Takashi University. If you want me to pay back the money, you can find me there. Since you helped me this time, I'll owe you a favor. If there's anything else, you can also find me. After that, Guopai closed his eyes and stopped talking. Hey, who are you calling a little girl? Guopai, I think I've heard of this name before. Suyi suddenly felt that the name Guopai was very familiar. Easy. His name is the same as the 4th of the 4 evils of Wu Castle, Tang Shi whispered. Tisk, no wonder it's so familiar. Guopai, just from this name, you can tell that he's not a good person. Suyi looked at Guopai again. He was wearing Armani clothes and didn't look fake. Could this person be one of the 4 evils of Wu Castle? What a strange guy. If he's really the 4th of the 4 evils of Wu Castle, he wouldn't go to the high school affiliated to University of Wu Castle. Principal Li wouldn't let such a person enter the school. He can't be that bad guy, Tang Shi thought to herself. Damn, how many evil things has Guopai done? I don't think the 4 evils of Wu Castle are bad. Brother Yao is a soldier king in the military region. Brother Yuan is a successful young man who makes money with his own hands. Brother Sheng is a civil servant. I'm just a rich 3rd generation. It's not illegal to like racing. The mind-reading star of the Heavenly Court used his mind-reading ability and knew what the 2 girls in front of him were thinking. Grandpa, just help me this time. Let Guopai go to the high school affiliated to University of Wu Castle. Are you afraid of that guy? A few months ago, in the home of Li Xuanyu, the principal of the high school affiliated to Takashi University, a girl in her 20s, was pestering Li Xuanyu. Xiaohua, I can't promise you this. You should know what kind of person Guopai is. I know you're on good terms with Wang Sheng, but you can't let one of the 4 evils of Wu Castle go to our school. It doesn't matter where he goes to school, Li Xuanyu said with a smile. Grandpa, I've never begged you all these years, right? Li Xiaohua looked at Li Xuanyu and said loudly. My surname is Li. I follow my mother's surname, which means I follow your surname. Is this how you treat your granddaughter? Xiaohua, if you let such a guy go to the high school affiliated to Wu Castle, he won't be able to stay there, Li Xuanyu said helplessly. You've always said that the school is a place to educate people. Just like Buddha, there's no one who can't be enlightened. Now I've given you such a person. If you can influence him, it will prove that the school is a place to educate people, Li Xiaohua said in a low voice. You've always said that you're good, but you're not as good as the 9th high school of Wu Castle. At least they dare to let Guopai go there. Chapter 9. What do you mean? You said that I'm not as good as that old man, Chao. Let him come here. I'll let him come here. Not only will I let him come here, but I'll also teach him a lesson and get rid of a menace for Wu Castle, Li Xuanyu said loudly. Brother Sheng, I've settled my father. Let's meet later. I'll give you the notice. Li Xiaohua called Wang Sheng directly after leaving the Li family's house. Li Xuanyu, who was standing on the 3rd floor, squinted at his granddaughter. Girl, you got me in trouble. I've learned it from Wu Castle Affiliated High School. Hurry up if you want to get off. After about an hour, the car stopped 100 meters away from the gate of Affiliated High School. Hey, we're here. Don't sleep. Get off the car. Su Yi looked at Guopai, who was still sleeping, and kicked him with the tip of her foot. She pulled Tang Shi and hurried down the car. Affiliated High School of Takashi University. These characters are so ordinary. When I graduate, I'll write a new one for them, Guopai said as he got off the car. Hey, stop. Yes, I'm talking about you. When Guopai was about to go in, the door beeped and 3 security guards came out of the duty room. You're not a student of this school. What are you doing here? A security guard ran to Guopai and asked loudly, How do you know I'm not a student of this school? Guopai was stunned and asked loudly, Boy, it's okay to tell you. All the students of the affiliated high school of Takashi University wear their own school badge. There are sensors on the badge. Also, do you see the surveillance camera? It's the most advanced surveillance device in the world. The information of all the teachers and students of our school is recorded on the computer. If your profile picture can't be recognized by the computer, the alarm at the gate will ring. Boy, go where you're supposed to go, the security guard said loudly. I'll remember you. This is my admission notice. I'm a student of this school now, but I haven't finished all the procedures yet. Guopai didn't want to argue with the security guards and directly took out his admission notice. Haha. Kid, you've prepared everything. Do you know what month it is now? April. Let me give you some knowledge. Basically, all the schools in China start in September. Get out of here. If you cause any more trouble, I'll directly lock you up in the police station. The security guard did not give up. Where is Li Xuanyu? Tell him to come out. He was the one who gave me this. Li Wei from the security department. I'll remember it. You should also remember my name. I'm Guopai. Guopai squinted his eyes and said to Li Wei, Li Wei, what happened? While they were arguing, a woman in her 40s drove her car into the school and walked to the gate. Director Shui, this brat took a fake admission letter and forced his way into the school. We stopped him and were about to chase him away. Li Wei saw the woman walking over and said with a smile, Are you Guopai? Is he the student who transferred from 9th high school to the high school affiliated to Renmin University of China? Shui Rua asked Guopai, Why did they give you a fake admission letter? These people are too bad. I'm Guopai. I used to stay in 9th high school for a while. Can I be admitted now? Guopai squinted his eyes and said to Li Wei, Little bad, we were wrong just now. We don't blame Li Wei because the school has its rules. I apologize for what happened today. I will also ask Li Wei and the others to apologize to you. Shui Rua said with a smile. Principal Li told me about your transfer. Later, he said that you were in a car accident. It seemed to be quite serious, so I didn't tell the security department about your transfer. How is your body now? I've completely recovered. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come to school. Guopai said with a smile. Director Shui, it's rare to see a director like you who is willing to take the initiative to admit your mistakes to a student. You should admit your mistakes. Nothing can be accomplished without rules. I also hope that you can abide by the school's rules. Now, come with me to the dean's office and pay your tuition, textbooks, and clothing for this year. Then, go through the admission procedures. Shui Rua said with a smile. Damn, I really can't use mind reading. I've been tricked. This woman is really cunning. If you apologize to me, it will be easier to punish me if I violate the school's rules in the future. Guopai came back to his senses. Director Shui, can we pay by card? Guopai asked in a low voice. He didn't want the bus incident to happen again. You can pay by card. The total cost is 331,500 yuan. You should have enough, right? Shui Rua said with a smile. 300,000 yuan was a drop in the ocean for the four pests of Wu Castle. It should be enough. If it's not, I'll think of something else. Guopai said in a low voice and followed Shui Rua to the dean's office. Little bad. Let me give you a general idea of the school's rules. Every student will have 12 points from the day of admission. Just like a driver's license, points will be deducted if you violate the school's rules. For example, 1 point will be deducted if you're late, 6 points will be deducted if you get into a fight, 1 point will be deducted if you're last in an exam. After all 12 points have been deducted, the school has the right to expel you. Shui Rua said with a smile. These are our school's rules. There are about 180 of them. If you violate other rules that are not in the school's rules, the school will deduct points according to the severity of the case. Ahem, I know. I'll definitely study the school's rules well. Guopai took the school's rules and placed them on the table next to him. Go to the finance department to pay the money. Then go to the information department to collect information and apply for a school badge. After that, go to the dormitory management department. They will arrange a place for you to live. After that, come to me and I'll arrange a classroom for you. Shui Rua looked at Guopai and said with a smile, Today is your first day here. As long as you don't fight, I won't deduct point from your phone calls. Hurry up and go through the formalities. Shui Rua said the moment Guopai left. Damn it, I didn't have to go to the heavenly realm to be on duty in the heavenly court. Guopai couldn't help but curse. He turned and walked toward the finance department. Principal Li, Guopai came today. Shui Rua saw Guopai walk away and went directly to Li Xuanyu's office. He didn't get into any trouble, did he? Li Xuanyu was stunned at first and then asked. On the day of the car accident, I talked to Louis Dao on the phone. He said that this kid couldn't be saved. I didn't expect him to recover so quickly. Louis Dao, this guy, he didn't get into any trouble. It's just that when I entered the school, I didn't inform the security in advance. Li Wei stopped him and they quarreled. Shui Rua told Li Xuanyu the details of the incident. Sigh, Xiao Wei is still too straightforward. How many times have I told him? Great, now he got into such big trouble. Li Xuanyu touched his head helplessly and said, Rua, go find Xiao Wei later and ask him to withdraw this month's salary from the finance department. Then ask the finance department to withdraw another 100,000 yuan for him to go back to his hometown to lie low for a while. I hope it's not too late. Principal, I don't think Guopai is as bad as the rumors say in Wu Castle. I just chatted with him casually and felt that this little guy is not bad. Shui Rua said with a smile. Li Xuanyu thought about the methods of the four pests of Wu Castle and shook his head and said, That's why the four pests of Wu Castle are so scary. Go and do it quickly. If it's too late, Xiao Wei will be in big trouble. Principal, I'm afraid it's too late now. The moment Shui Rua turned around and left, she saw Guopai talking to Li Wei through the window. Brother Wei, where is the dormitory management department? Please tell me. When Guopai came out of the information department, most of the students were in class. He had no choice but to go to the security department again. He found Li Wei and asked for the dormitory management department's location. Brother, I'm really sorry about what happened just now. I apologize. Li Wei was a straightforward person. If he was wrong, then he was wrong. When he was about to find Guopai, he did not expect that Guopai would come to find him. It was a good opportunity to clear things up. It's my duty. It's our honor to have a security guard like you, Guopai said with a smile. Brother, I'm free now. I'll take you to the dormitory management department. I'm familiar with it. Li Wei said and pulled Guopai towards the dormitory management department. What is Li Wei trying to do? Let's go and have a look. This guy better not do anything stupid. Li Xuanyu looked down from upstairs and thought that Li Wei had a conflict with Guopai again. He shouted and ran towards the two. Chapter 10. Brother, this is the dormitory management office. Let's go in together. I'll get you a place that's facing the sun. Li Wei pulled Guo Pai into the dormitory management office. Li Long, hurry up and come out. It's time to get down to business. Li Wei shouted. A sleepy fatty walked out from inside. Brother Wei, why are you so noisy so early in the morning? The fatty squinted his eyes and asked, Is your security department recruiting people? Are you using child labor? No, it's a student. Hurry up and give me a place. It has to be facing the sun. It has to be a two-person dormitory. Don't try to fool me. Hurry up, Li Wei said loudly. You guys wait here. I'll go change. Li Long walked straight in. Brother, I can't always leave my post. You wait here. If he doesn't get you a place, come and find me. I'll teach him a lesson. I'll go first. When I'm free, I'll treat you to a meal. Li Wei walked out. Aya, who is it? Do you need eyes for decoration? The moment Li Wei turned around, he bumped into a black shadow. Second grandpa, are you okay? Li Long stepped forward and pulled the black shadow up. Your second grandpa is blind, Li Wei shouted. Then he saw clearly who he bumped into. Second grandpa, what are you doing here? I still have things to do. I'll go first. Li Wei turned around and wanted to run away. Kid, come back. Li Xuanyu grabbed Li Wei. Guo Pai, I'm a principal of the affiliated high school, Li Xuanyu. Today, I think it's necessary to clarify the matter between you and Li Wei face to face. You're the principal? You don't seem to be as unreasonable as my grandmother said. Guo Pai said with a smile. What matters between me and Li Wei need to be clarified face to face. Principal, please say it clearly. Since we're already here, I'll say it clearly. Guo Pai, what happened just now was Li Wei's fault. As Xiao Wei's second grandpa, I apologize to you. Please let him go. If you have any problems in school in the future, you can come to me directly. Li Xuanyu said softly. Me and Li Wei? I understand. The matter between me and Li Wei has already been settled. If you don't believe me, you can ask Li Wei, Guo Pai said with a smile. This smile made Li Xuanyu even more afraid. Yes, second grandpa, we don't have anything else. If you don't have anything else, I'll go to the gate. I still have something to do later. After saying that, Li Wei didn't wait for Li Xuanyu to speak and turned to leave. Xiaolong, hurry up and arrange a dormitory for Lobad. Li Xuanyu stared at Li Long and said loudly, You only know how to sleep in. If you continue like this, then you don't have to work here anymore. Little Bad, I'll wait for you in my office. Come and find me later. Brother, there's only one room left on the 18th floor. It's a two-person dormitory. There's already a sophomore living there. He's an honest guy. Do you think it's okay? Li Long whispered. Okay, this will do, Guo Pai said with a smile. Then you go first. I'll bring your bedding to you later. If you need anything else, you can ask me directly. Li Long said with a smile. Thank you, brother. That day I called Brother Wei to come with me. Let's have a meal together. After saying that, Guo Pai took the key and walked to the elevator. Mother of asterisk her, every time I sit in this thing, my heart is thumping. I don't want to practice other spells. I need to find a good sword first. Flying on a sword is much more comfortable than sitting in this thing. The elevator door opened and Guo Pai quickly jumped out. 1818, it's here. The dormitory door was opened. 2 rooms, 2 living rooms, 2 bathrooms. The sofa is made of genuine leather. All the appliances are brand new. It seems that the roommate who will meet Guo Pai in a while is not bad. The dormitory is very clean. The human world is so good, Guo Pai shouted, scaring Li Long, who had just entered the door, into a cold sweat. Brother, what are you talking about? Li Long said as he walked in with a big box. The bedding and bedding are all brand new. If you feel that it's not enough, I'll go get you another set. If you want to exchange anything else, just tell me. If there's nothing else, I'll go downstairs first. By the way, second grandpa asked you to find him when you're done. I suggest you go quickly. He doesn't like to wait. Thank you, Brother Long. I'll go find the principal in a while. Guo Pai said with a smile. Little Bad, sit down. You must be tired after a day of hard work. Li Xuanyu said with a smile. I've just discussed with Director Shui about your class selection. There are 18 classes in the first year of high school with 6 different teachers. To be honest, there's no good class in our affiliated high school. but I think it's better for you to go to class 1. The head teacher is a graduate student of Takashi University this year. He's about the same age as you. What do you think? Let me see what you're thinking. Guopai looked at Li Xuanyu and slowly used his mind reading on Li Xuanyu. This kind of student can only be placed in your class. First of all, you're a female teacher. No matter what this bad guy does, he'll more or less guess that you're a woman. Second of all, if there's a conflict between the Lin family and the Guo family, at least it'll be the same. Li Xuanyu's thoughts were directly transmitted to Guopai. Since the principal and director Shui have already discussed it, then so be it. I'll have to trouble director Shui to tell the head teacher in advance when I leave the classroom. I'll officially become a member of the affiliated high school tomorrow. Ha! Guopai said with a smile. Shui Rua and Li Xuanyu glanced at each other. This brat finally didn't look for trouble. After that, Shui Rua brought Guopao around the classroom. Guopao could faintly see the teacher who was teaching. She was beautiful. Although he couldn't see her face, just her figure alone was comparable to Yu Yu's. The class is finally over. 188 school rules. It's even stricter than the heavens. Guopai had been busy the whole morning. After reading the school rules in the dormitory, he was a little hungry. Although the food in the human world was not good, he still had to eat something to fill his stomach. Thinking, Guopai walked to the school cafeteria. I should have gotten some cash. I didn't know the cafeteria allowed people to swipe their cards instinctively. When he was about to reach the cafeteria, Guopai suddenly remembered that he didn't have a single cent on him. He only had a bank card with more than 9 million yuan. Yu, Tubat didn't find trouble with you after that day, right? You really scared us to death. You should have transferred here a long time ago. Now, we can be together again. A few girls were chatting about something. Yeah, Tuba wouldn't dare to come to the affiliated high school, no matter how bold he is. All right, you also got rid of the fourth of the 4 pests of Wu Castle. Let's go to the 4th floor of the cafeteria today. You treat us. Ha! A good-looking girl said with a smile. Actually, Guopai saved me that day in Wu Castle. If he didn't appear in time that day, the consequences would be unimaginable. The beauty who spoke was none other than Yu Yu. I owe him a favor. I had to find a way to repay it and cut ties with him. That's easy. Treat me to a meal today, and we'll call it even. How about it, my beautiful Yu Yu? Guopai, who was originally behind the girls, suddenly stepped forward and smiled at them when he heard Yu Yu's words. Guopai, why are you in the affiliated high school? How'd you get in? Are you following me? Yu Yu's eyes widened. She couldn't believe that Guopai had come to the affiliated high school of Takashi University. Let's have a meal together. We can talk while we eat. When Guopai arrived, the girls beside Yu subconsciously distanced themselves from him. Who was Guopai? He was the 4th of the 4 pests of Wu Castle. Although these girls didn't know much about Wu Castle, they still knew who the 4 pests of Wu Castle were. Yu, do you want to give Uncle Yu a call? The only girl beside Yu asked softly. No need. I just want to have a meal with him. Xiaomei, you go and have a meal with them. I'll talk to Guopai. Yu said softly. Xiaomei sized up Guopai and slowly gathered with the other girls. Say it, young Master Guo. What do you want? This is a school. You better show some respect. Yu said hurriedly when she saw Guopai staring at her without blinking, especially her buttocks and breasts. Didn't I say? Treat me to a meal, and we'll call it even. Is this difficult? Guopai looked at Yu with a smirk. Is it really that simple? Don't you have any other thoughts about me? Yu didn't believe that Guopai was such a person. Please, the school forbids dating. Otherwise, 12 marks will be deducted. I just arrived. Don't seduce me like this. Guopai's voice was very loud. There weren't many people in the restaurant, only about 100. They all stared at Guopai and Yu with wide eyes. Chapter 11. Who's seducing you? This is the meal card. Order whatever you want. Yu blushed and threw the meal card on the table. Let's talk later. I'm going to see what's available. Filling my stomach is the most important thing. Guopai picked up the meal card and walked towards the various delicacies. Damn, is this really the best school's cafeteria in Wu Castle? The beef isn't fresh, the pork isn't fresh, all the meat isn't fresh, and the dishes are even worse. How did they manage to eat all this? Guopai exclaimed. You're really a student of the affiliated high school. Just as Guopai was feeling depressed about the various unattractive delicacies, a clear voice rang in his ears. Tang Shi. Guopai recognized the girl in front of him at a glance. She was the girl who paid Guopai's 1 yuan bus fare today. Of course, I'm a student of the affiliated high school. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to enter the cafeteria. I still can't pay you back that 1 yuan. I don't have any cash on me, but I can treat you to a meal. Okay, then I'll eat with you today, Tang Shi said with a smile. She didn't know why, but she had a good impression of the young man in front of her. Little Shi, what are you doing? Needless to say, the person who came was Su Yi, Tang Shi's little cousin. Brat, you're really resourceful. You actually followed our little Shi here. Easy, don't talk nonsense. I just happened to meet you, but I've already promised Guopai that he'll treat me to a meal. Tang Shi said with a smile. Su Ye's eyes widened. Was this still the ice beauty Tang Shi from the affiliated high school? Little Shi, to be honest, this is my first time in the cafeteria. I don't know what's good here. It'd be best if it's wild game. If not, medicinal cuisine is also fine, Guopai said with a smile. Is it because your injuries haven't healed and you need some nourishment? I know a place up ahead. Let's go together, Tang Shi said as she held Guopai's hand again. This can't be true. Little Shi, this scoundrel actually returned her little Shi. I'm so angry. Su Yi quickly followed. Why is this girl so nice to me? Does she have any ulterior motives? No, I have to see what she's thinking. I'm the mind-reading Star-Lord. If I'm tricked by a little girl, I'll be laughed at by the immortals of the heaven realm. As he spoke, Guopai's mind-reading technique landed on Tang Shi. Bad guy, bro, you don't recognize me, right? I'm the little girl who followed you around back then. I didn't expect you to be so bad, even worse than when you were young. But you're my bad guy, bro, and you'll always be my bad guy, bro. Who asked you to see me naked when I was 5 years old? Guopai's mind was incomparably clear. Good boy, you were so bad when you were young. It seems that I need to take a look at Guopai's past and present lives. The 4 evils of Wu Castle didn't wrongly accuse anyone. The Star-Lord widened his eyes. 100 flavor snake soup. This is good. This is good. Wild ginseng 7 treasures. This is not bad. Deer treasure soup. This is also good. Guopai looked at the menu and ordered 7 or 8 dishes in one go. Little Shi, order whatever you want to eat. Don't be polite with me. The dishes I ordered might not be suitable for you. Rice bucket, really a rice bucket. Su Yi thought to herself as she looked at the dishes Guopai ordered. Just as Guopai swiped the card to pay, Su Yi saw the picture on the meal card. You bad guy. Did you pick up this meal card? This is the picture of the school belle who transferred from 9th high school. Do you know her? Let's eat. Let's eat. Why are you so nosy? The picture on this meal card is of my ex-girlfriend when I was in 9th high school, but I didn't have time to change the picture. If you give me a picture of you, I'll put it on too, Guopai said loudly as he glared at Su Yi. Not bad. This thing is more or less edible. If this snake was changed to a wild one, it would taste better. The ginseng isn't wild either. Fortunately, it's aged for a long time and has some spiritual energy, Guopai thought as he ate. Little Shi, don't look at me. You guys eat. Look at you, you're too thin. Eat more. As he spoke, Guopai put some goose meat in Little Shi's bowl. What are you looking at? Take whatever you want to eat. Do you want this handsome guy to help you? Guopai said with his eyes wide open when he saw Su Yi staring at him and Little Shi. Little Shi, you've changed. Su Yi didn't know what to say. She shook her head and stopped looking at them. Then she began to eat. Guopai, you bastard. I'm waiting for you to get the meal, but you're eating here. Just as the 3 of them were eating, the door of the private room suddenly opened. A beautiful woman barged in and looked at Guopai angrily. You big bad guy. The meal card is indeed you's. You're good at this trick. You're living off a woman and picking up girls. Impressive, impressive, Su Yi said gloatingly. Sit down. Why are you making so much noise? I hate it when people talk when I'm eating. Go ahead and order whatever you want to eat. It's fine if you don't order. There's enough food here. Sit down and eat, Guopai said to you. Sister, sit down and eat. I'll go get 2 more dishes. As she spoke, Tang Shi stood up and pulled a chair over for Yu Yu. Then, she walked out of the room. Look, beautiful Yu Yu. Did you see that? This is the difference. This is the difference between the first branch and the second branch in ancient times. Guopao continued, as if he wanted to see the world in chaos. Guopao, Yu Yu was so angry that she couldn't say another word. Hello, beautiful Yu Yu. I'm Suyi. Suyi leaned closer to Yu Yu and extended her hand with a smile. I heard that the beauty of 9th High School transferred to affiliated high school. It's really better to meet you in person than to hear about you. Yu Yu was stunned. Then, she also extended her hand and shook Su Ye's hand. Yu Yu had a good impression of this beautiful woman who was as beautiful as her. Little Shi, do we know each other from before? Guopai looked at Tang Shi and asked, would the fourth brother of Wu Castle's 4 evils know a little girl like me? Tang Shi stared at Guopai with wide eyes and asked, I remember when I was young and lived on the old street of Wu Castle, there was a little girl who always followed me around. I always called her Sugar Thin because she was very clingy. However, when I left the old street, I wanted to say goodbye to her, but I couldn't find her. Guopai said softly, I have to find her. I promised her that I would marry her and make her the main family. Ha! Do you really remember the promise you made to that little girl? Tang Shi's eyes widened. It's been 10 years. The 4 evils of Wu Castle that everyone hated. So, deep in his heart, he also has a pure land that belongs to 2 people, Tang Shi thought to herself. Little Sugar Thin, Big Brother has found you. Do you want Big Brother to give you a kiss like back then? Then, without waiting for Tang Shi's reaction, he pulled Tang Shi into his arms and kissed her. Look, it's our school's ice beauty. Who is that man? How dare he molest our goddess? Beat him up. The moment Guopai's lips touched Tang Shi's lips, the whole restaurant was in an uproar. More than 10 boys put down their plates and surrounded Guopai. Yu Yu and Suyi heard the commotion outside and ran out as well. Hallucination. It must be a hallucination. Suyi quickly shook her head and said, Bastard, you said you're going to make 2 new dishes for me, but you're actually being intimate with a beauty here. I'm so angry. Yu Yu took a step forward and said loudly, Are you jealous? Don't be angry. You're jealous too. Then, Guopai's lips landed on Yu Yu's lips. After a while, Guopai looked at Su Yi and asked, Little girl, what's wrong? Do you want to try it too? Chapter 12. I see Beauty Tang. She was forcefully kissed in a small restaurant in the first year of high school. Now we're going to rescue the beauty. Yu, the former campus belle of Jiu High School, was forcefully kissed in a small restaurant. Now we're going to rescue her. Su Yi, the 6th most beautiful girl in the first year of high school, was forcefully kissed by a pervert. Now we're going to rescue her. For a moment, the forum of Takashi University's affiliated high school went crazy. There were pictures and facts. Guopai looked around with a domineering aura. He was hugging 2 beauties in each arm and glancing at Su Yi from the corner of his eyes. I know this kid. He just joined the school today. Now he can get lost. Someone in the crowd had seen Guopai before and said proudly, The people from the disciplinary department are here. This kid is finished. Someone in the crowd said loudly. 4 young men in suits appeared in front of everyone. Shifei, your dream girl was forcefully kissed. Ha! A young man in the crowd said to the leader with a smile. You're causing trouble in the restaurant and affecting the normal operation of the restaurant. If you want to continue watching, I can record all of you and deduct 3 points each. Shifei said to the crowd with a gloomy face. As soon as Shifei's voice fell, the number of onlookers decreased. However, more people chose to sit in the restaurant. It had been a long time since such a wonderful thing happened in the affiliated high school. Shifei is jealous. The small restaurant punishes the pervert. A big battle is imminent. Shifei versus the pervert. On the school forum, Shifei was wearing a black suit and had a gloomy face. It made people daydream. Which class are you from? What's your name? Shifei looked at Guopai and asked loudly. Kid, you dare to touch my woman. You're courting death. If you molest a female student, you'll be expelled from the school. That's enough. Guopao saw through Shifei's thoughts. Who are you? Didn't your parents teach you manners? Use the word please when you're asking someone. Otherwise, I'll know who you're talking to. Guopai raised his head and looked at Shi Fei. Student, my name is Zhang Ming. We're from the school's disciplinary department. You're suspected of violating the school rules. Please cooperate with our investigation. Just as Shi Fei was about to get angry, he was pulled back by a handsome boy beside him, who stepped forward and said with a smile, "Cute handsome guy is in danger. Handsome pervert's life is at stake." The forum once again stirred up a storm. Guopai narrowed his eyes as he looked at Zhang Ming and asked Su Yi, "What is smiling tiger?" "Little Yi Z, this is the trouble you've brought to your big brother, right?" "Student, what's your name? Which class are you from? Who's your homeroom teacher?" Zhang Ming asked. Guopai narrowed his eyes and asked Zhang Ming, "1 month ago, in the back of the mountain. 3 weeks ago, in the school library. 2 weeks ago, in the small private room in the school cafeteria. 1 week ago, in the grove in front of the teaching building. All of these times were after 10 p.m. Zhang Ming, do you need me to continue? What are you talking about? I don't understand." Zhang Ming's eyes revealed a trace of nervousness as she said loudly, "Then I'll continue. Su Jing was 1 month ago, Jia Jiao was 3 weeks ago, Zhou Yinyin was 2 weeks ago, and Zhao Min was 1 week ago. If you succeed, this week should be our little Yi Z. School, hotel, you've had too many field battles. You're ready to move." Guopai said loudly, "You're a scumbag." Slap. A girl suddenly ran in front of Zhang Ming and slapped her hard on the face. I don't know if this student is a pervert or not, but he's right about one thing. You're a scumbag. I, Zhao Min, am blind. After saying that, the girl turned around and left. Slap. Slap. 2 girls ran up and slapped Zhang Ming left and right. Zhang Ming, I thought you were a two-timer. I really underestimated you. All of the Zhang family's businesses in Wu Castle City will be terminated. After saying that, an average-looking girl turned around and walked out of the crowd. Su Jing, it's not true. Listen to my explanation. Zhang Ming shouted and chased after her. Shi Fei, right? What do you want to say? Hurry up. Don't delay this young master's meal. Guopai looked at the stunned Shi Fei and said loudly, "What am I afraid of? I've never slept with other girls." Shi Fei said in a relaxed manner, "Student, no matter what your name is, if you flirt with a female student in school, according to the school rules, 12 points will be deducted. You're a freshman, so you can be expelled. Shi Fei, please get it straight. I'm his girlfriend. He didn't flirt with me. What's wrong with us kissing? By the way, according to the school rules, 12 points will be deducted for being intimate in public, right? Then just deduct my points. Anyway, I should still have more than 100 points." Tang, she said with her eyes wide open. "It's a big misunderstanding. The ice beauty is already taken." She admitted that the pervert is her boyfriend. The video of Tang Shi talking just now was directly posted on the school forum, causing a sensation in the whole school. Good Tang Shi. Shi Fei was so angry that he laughed and said loudly, "Student Yu, did Tang Shi's boyfriend do something to molest you? If so, we can make a decision for you. Him? He's also my boyfriend. If you want to deduct my points, you can also deduct my points. I don't have as many points as Tang Shi, but I still have about 20 points." Yu said as she reached out and grabbed Guopai's hand. A photo of Tang Shi and Yu leaning on Guopai appeared on the forum's homepage. The rise of lust, the counterattack of the pervert. Hugging left and right, the world is harmonious. Catch that, Guopai. It's intolerable for him to be two-timing. Suddenly, an organization called the Wolf Slayer Group appeared on the forum and quickly expanded. Su Yi, you can't be his girlfriend too, right? Shi Fei asked loudly as he gritted his teeth and looked at Su Yi, who was staring at him. Me? Shi Fei, are you blind? What does this have to do with me? He didn't even kiss me. Su Yi shouted at Shi Fei. Sure. The onlookers booed loudly. Then, everyone burst into laughter. The disciplinary department had suffered a serious setback in front of freshmen. Boss, are you done watching the show? Is the all-nourishment soup I want ready? Give me a few more kidneys. Otherwise, if this little brother's nightlife isn't coordinated, I'll smash a restaurant. After saying that, Guopai brought the 2 beauties into a small private room. Bad guy, wait for me. So he also entered the private room. The disciplinary department has lost all face. Pervert Bro won with the beauties. After the battle ended, the forum was once again in turmoil. That freshman is called Guapai. I'll follow Bad Guy from now on. I beg Bad Guy to accept me as a follower. Passerby said, follow Bad Guy, and you don't need to ask about food and drink. Bad Guy, accept me. Passerby B said, I'm a class monitor. Bad Guy, accept me first. In the past, the principal said in the meeting that the class monitor must take the lead. Passerby C, F***CK, class monitor, what a big official. Go find your group's secretary. Passerby D, Bad Guy Bro, are you really going to study at the affiliated high school? Tang, she looked at Guapai, who had already finished his third bowl of all-nourishment soup, and asked, Yes, I'm going to school. With so many beauties in school, what else can I do? Guapai looked at the three people and said with a smile, What's wrong with your points? Director Shui only gave me a book of school rules and punishments. Is there a way to increase my points? If I were Director Shui, I would also give you a book of punishments. Su Yi said with a pout. It's been so long since school started. Including the points I got in junior high, I only got 80 points. My wife is better. You got more than 100 points. You're so domineering. Haha. Guapai hugged Tang Shi and said, Bad Guy Bro, we're in school. After graduation, I'll definitely marry you. But you still have to be careful in school. Tang Shi's face turned red as she said this. It's not easy to get points. Bad Guy Bro, you have to be careful. You've offended the discipline department this time. They'll do everything they can to make trouble for you. Don't look at me. I got first place in all the exams. They gave me 10 points, so I have 22 points. You said softly. But the day after tomorrow, the school will have a charity auction. If you have something good to participate in the auction, you'll get 30 points at most. It's not a matter of how much money you have. In the end, only the bestseller will get 30 points. Chapter 13. Boss, find me 4 clean cups. It's best if they're made of wood. If you don't have any, you can also get me for crystal ones. Guapao shouted outside. Young man, do you want to let this old man sit down and rest? This time, it wasn't the boss who came in. It was a white-haired old man with a nice wooden box in his hand. Old men who don't die are thieves. Guapai looked up at the old man and nodded slightly. My surname is Run Schwanza. Those who know me at school all call me Sixth Run, the old man said with a smile as he opened the wooden box. Little you, how should I address you? Are you the sixth Master Ren of Wu Castle? Yu was surprised and asked softly. Wu Castle's divine fortune? Guapai, since you're a divine fortune teller, do you know what I want these cups for? Guapai narrowed his eyes and asked. Haha, I usually don't refuse good wine. Little you, you're not a fish in a pond. I'm here to form a good relationship with you, Run Schwanza said with a smile. Wonderful, really wonderful. That kid will also accept this good relationship. Sixth Master, take a seat. Guapai used his mind-reading ability and found that the old man in front of him was protected by a special force. He couldn't penetrate at all. Guapai didn't continue to pressure him and gave up directly. I carved this set of purple gold sandalwood cups by hand when I was 40 years old. Back then, I had a feeling that it would be useful when I was 70 years old. I didn't expect that it would really be useful, haha. Ren Schwanza placed the 5 cups in the middle of the table as he spoke. Little you, hurry up and fill them up. I'm really hungry. Drinking with a bosom friend is a happy and carefree life. Drinking with the sixth master is much more pleasant than drinking with my 3 brothers. As he spoke, Guapao took out his wine gourd and poured out 2/3 of the fine wine into 5 cups. Bad Guy Bro, this is a school we can't drink. Tang, she said softly. Little Sugar, thin, 6th Master's purple gold sandalwood cup is the best choice for drinking this wine. If you miss it, it will be a great loss. 6th Master, let's drink our wine. Please. Guapai picked up the wine glass and drank it in 1 gulp. If Little You likes it, I don't mind giving you this set of wine cups. As he spoke, he poured the wine into his mouth. This wine, Little You, I'm afraid this wine can only be found in the heavens. Ren Schwanz's eyes widened and he shook his head. Little You, you're harming people. I'll give you this set of wine cups. I won't be able to drink any wine in the future. After saying that, Rinschwanza stood up and walked out of the small private room. Guopai asked with a mischievous grin, "Please wait, Lord Sixth. I wonder if this wine will be able to win the auction 3 days from now." "Haha, Lil, you are willing to part with it? We're old, we're really old. Let's meet again in 3 days." Rinschwanza laughed and walked out of the restaurant building without returning to his own restaurant. When Sui saw Tang, she picked up the wine glass. She stopped her and said softly, "Little she, don't drink this wine. Didn't you see the old grandpa? He's like a lunatic after drinking. Besides, it's written in the books that wine is a matchmaker." Back then, Shimin Qing and Pan Jinlian got together because they were greedy and drank a few cups. "Yizi, what are you talking about?" Tang Shi's face turned red after hearing Su Ye's words. "Get to me, bad guy. Get to me. I want more." Yu took a sip of the wine in the cup. In an instant, she picked up the wine glass and drank it in one gulp. Then, she looked at Guopai expectantly and shouted. Passion in the private room rises again. Pervert bro is willful. The forum, which had already quieted down, was once again pushed into a frenzy. "Damn it, Chin Duo, if what you said is false, I'll chop you into pieces." In room 1817 of the dormitory building, a wretched young man turned off his computer and ran toward the restaurant. "Little Tang Shi, if you don't want to drink this cup, give it to Yu. You saw it yourself. She hasn't had enough yet." Guopai looked at Tang Shi and said with a smile, "No, I'll drink it myself." With that, Tang Shi drank the glass of wine in one gulp. "Bad guy, give it to me. I want it. Hurry up and give it to me." In an instant, Tang Shi said the same thing as Yu. "Little Shi, what's wrong with you guys? Isn't it just a glass of wine?" With that, Sui also drank the wine in one gulp. "Bad guy, I beg you. I won't go against you in the future. Give it to me. Give me another glass." Sui looked at Guopai and said eagerly, "Campus Bell killer, Campus Bell pusher. From now on, Brother Wolf is my brother." On the forum, a person named Chien Duo posted the last post with a recording attached. After that, he logged out of the forum. "Oh my god, who is this pervert? He's so powerful. I really want to know him." The female dormitory caused an even bigger sensation than the male dormitory. The handsome young man who had 2 girls in his arms had completely become popular in the Takashi University affiliated high school. "You can't drink anymore. This is the last glass. Otherwise, you won't be able to attend classes in the afternoon. These are hangover pills. Hurry up and take them. After you're full, you can go back first." As Guopai spoke, 3 round pills appeared in his hand, and he handed them to Tang Shi and the other 2. Sigh, when a woman goes crazy, it's really frightening. I wonder how little Yu is doing now. After tossing and turning, these little girls are still lacking compared to little Yu. Guopao thought as he walked. Yu said that Fairy Chong is 100 times prettier than her. After so many years in the heavenly court, I still don't know what Fairy Chong looks like. Sigh, failure. What a failure. Crack, not far away, a bolt of lightning struck, followed by the sound of thunder. I was wrong. I won't think about it anymore." Guopai shouted and ran towards the dormitory. "You never change. If there's a next time, this lightning will fall directly on your head. Let's see if you can still be so lucky to survive." The woman on the moon palace smiled slightly and laughed loudly. In one of the oldest castles in the United States, a young girl with waist-length hair had her back to an old man. "Miss, all of the Luosheng family's funds and connections have been transferred to your name. Do you really want to go to China?" The old man looked at the young girl and asked softly. "Very good. This castle is yours from now on. Just forget about me." After saying that, the young girl disappeared in front of the old man. "Sir, the Asian girl who exchanged all of the Luosheng family's assets with you has left country M with all of the Luosheng family's assets. Her destination is China's Wu Castle City. Should we continue to follow her?" In one of the oldest castles in the United States, a man in black whispered to an old man, Don't ever provoke that girl again. If she needs any help, then do your best to help her. Tell all the subordinate families that no one is allowed to inquire about that girl's information." The old man said with a trace of nervousness. Mind-reading star monarch. You must be having a good time. Haha. The young girl laughed and got on the plane to Wu Castle. Achoo. It's only been a little while. Did the 3 girls miss me already? Ha. My charm is limitless. Can't help it. Guopai laughed and walked into the dormitory. Bad guy, you're back. I thought you weren't coming back today. As soon as Guopai appeared in the dormitory, Li Long said with a smile. Brother Long, what's the matter? Guopai looked at Li Long and asked. I'm fine, but someone might be looking for you. They're waiting in front of your dormitory. I don't know what's going on, but you should be careful. After Li Long said that, he turned and walked into his duty room. I'll deal with whatever comes my way. I survived the 9-stage lightning tribulation and didn't die. I was misjudged and demoted to a lower realm and didn't die. If I die because of you kids, it'll be too embarrassing. As he thought about it, the elevator stopped on the 18th floor. Chapter 14. Guopai, a freshman at affiliated high school. As soon as he stepped out of the elevator, a big guy with a height of 9 meters blocked the elevator entrance and asked loudly, If you want to talk to me again, learn to be polite. Can't you say excuse me? Guopai looked up at the big guy and asked with a smirk. And here I thought you were some kind of monster with a height of 8 feet and a waist of 8 feet. So, you're just a pretty boy. We're not looking for you for any other reason. We just want to tell you that 2-timing generally doesn't end well, the big guy said loudly. Then I should end well, because I'm 2-timing now, and it will be more in the future. Guopai said with a smile. Zhu Zi, don't be so polite with him. He already pushed down your goddess. Why don't you beat him up? Someone shouted from behind. I'll see who dares to hit my brother. You guys don't want to live anymore. Zhu Zi took a step forward, but before he could hit Guopai, a young man directly blocked in front of Guopai. You only have one chance, come over. Sigh. If you don't want to come, then forget it. In the future, you won't have the chance to be bad guy's follower. Guopai turned his head to look and found that there were more than a dozen people behind him at some point. Little brother Qian Duo greets bad guy. Bad guy will enjoy immortal blessings forever and live as long as the heavens. Qian Duo kneeled on one knee and said loudly to Guopai. Guopai's absolute admirer. Guopai was completely shocked after using his mind-reading ability. He actually completely conquered this young man in front of him. Brother, get up first, Guopai said as he pulled Qian Duo up. Zhu Zi, right? Bad guy is in a good mood today, so I don't want to cause trouble. If you know what's good for you, get out of here. Otherwise, there's no otherwise. Don't move, put your hands on your head, and stand against the wall. Yuan Zhu, I usually see you as an honest person, but today you dare to gather people to make trouble. Do you not want to go to school anymore? Just as the two sides were in a deadlock, the elevator stopped on the 18th floor. For security guard walked out, led by Li Wei. Li Wei walked up to Guopai and said with a smile, Bad brother, you didn't lose out, did you? Stupid dragon told me that someone wanted to cause trouble for you. I didn't come too late, did I? Guopai smiled and said, Brother Wei, you're able to calm everyone down. It's fine now. You don't have to find trouble with this big guy. He's being used as a tool. Brother Wei, why don't you come and sit in my house? It's good that you're fine. I still have something to do. I have to go on duty. Next time, I'll treat you to a drink. After saying that, Li Wei walked into the elevator and left the dormitory building. Bad guy's mighty. Even Brother Wei from the security department came in person. Qian Duo followed Guopai into the dormitory and closed the door. Brother, is there anything else? If there's nothing else, you can go back first. I have to rest. I have to go to class in the afternoon. Guopai looked at the wretched teenager Qian Duo and said, It's okay. Bad guy, you can rest. I also rest. You don't have to worry about me. If there's anything, just tell me. Qian Duo said with a smile. Then you can go back and close the door. Guopai said with a smile. Bad guy, you still don't know. I also live in room 1818. We are in the same dormitory. I have already applied for a demotion from the school. Let's go to class together in the afternoon. Qian Duo finished and walked back to his room. Damn, is this brother's charm really that great? Men and women alike. After saying that, Guopai sat cross-legged. At this time, The heavenly sun's power is at its strongest, so he can absorb some. Bad guy. Do you know why I admire you? In fact, I had a dream when I was young. However, due to family reasons, I couldn't realize it. But after hearing about the four pests of Wu Castle, I realized that bad guy. You're living the life I wanted to live the most in the past 10 years. From now on, I will follow you. Qian Duo said with a smile as he walked with Guopai. If I told you that I want to stay here for 3 years, then graduate and enter society to make a name for myself, would you believe me? Guopai looked at Qian Duo and said with a smile, I believe you. If bad guy is ready to go to school, I will follow you. No matter what happens in the future, I will follow bad guy. Qian Duo said seriously. Haha, good. Then we are brothers today. After saying that, the two walked to the door of the classroom. Bad brother, I'll go in first. I basically know all the students in class 1. You're a new student, so the teacher will probably introduce you later. Our teacher is a great beauty, and she also graduated from our school before. She's also the campus belle. I wish bad brother success in pushing her down, haha. After saying that, Qian Duo walked in. Brother Qian, is the audio from that day real? You are so awesome. Why didn't you secretly take some videos? If you have them, I will pay a high price. A teenager hugged Qian Duo who had just entered the classroom and whispered, Of course the audio is real. Even if I have the video, I can't give it to you. Bad guy will come to our class soon. Haha, I will follow bad guy later. Qian Duo laughed and said, You must be Guopai. Just as Guopai was stunned, a sweet voice sounded in his ear. Hello, I am Lin Shuang, the head teacher class 1. You will be a student in our class from now on. If you have any problems, you can come to me. You are a bit different from the photos, but you don't seem as bad as the rumors say. Principal Lee, you gave me a difficult problem. Sooner or later, I will get it back. Humph. Guopai looked back and directly used his mind reading on Lin Shuang. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. What is a beauty? This is what a beauty is. My Yuer. Her figure is comparable to yours. I must make sure my first wife eats well. Guopai's gaze fell directly on Lin Shuang's devilish figure. Ahem. Lin Shuang looked at Guopai, who was about to drool, and coughed twice. I thought you had changed for the better. Turns out you haven't changed at all. Pervert. Definitely a pervert. Yuer is not here. I will take you down first. Back in the days, the emperor of the Tang dynasty had so many beauties in his harem. I can find a few wives, and the heavens can't interfere. Guopai narrowed his eyes and looked at Lin Shuang's protruding front and back. Hello, Miss Lin. I am Guopai. Guopai said as he reached out his right hand and suddenly became a gentleman. Come in. Let me introduce you. Lin Shuang did not shake Guopai's hand. She gently pushed the door open and walked in first. Ahem. You don't even let me touch your hand. It will happen sooner or later. Guopai said as he straightened his collar and walked in. Amazing. I can only look at Miss Lin Shuang from afar. This time I can finally look at her up close. If I knew Miss Lin Shuang was so beautiful, I would have repeated a grade. Ha! Qian Duo said softly while drooling. Brother Duo, let me tell you. Miss Lin doesn't have a boyfriend yet. What do you think? Gao Fei looked at Qian Duo, who looked like a pig's head, and whispered. Nonsense. We can't handle such a beauty. Only bad guy can push her down. Yes, only bad guy is worthy of such a beauty. Qian Duo said with his eyes wide open. Today we have 2 new students in our class. I don't need to introduce Qian Duo. Everyone should know him. He is the main moderator of the forum of our affiliated high school. He has brought a lot of joy to everyone. Everyone, give him a round of applause and welcome him to join our new family. Lin Shuang pointed at Qian Duo, who was looking at her, and said loudly, Overpraise. Definitely overpraise. Miss Lin, I am just a pawn on the forum. If anyone needs my help, you can come to me directly. Believe in Brother Qian, and you will live forever. Qian Duo said with a smile. Ahem. Next is another new student in our class, Guopai. Everyone, let's welcome him. Lin Shuang coughed twice and pointed at Guopai and said with a smile. Guopai, you can sit here first. Miss Lin, I can sit anywhere. There's a seat over there. I will sit there first, Guo Pai said as he walked to a girl who kept her head down and did not look at him. Chapter 15. There's no one here, right? Guo Pai smiled and sat down beside the girl without waiting for her reply. Guo Pai, you should change your seat. That seat is taken, Lin Shuang said softly to Guo Pai as she looked at the girl with her head lowered. There's no one here, right? The table is new and there are no books in it. Teacher Lin, there's no need to trouble yourself. I'll take this seat, Guo Pai said with a smile as his mind-reading ability landed on the girl beside him. Kong Xian, how good would it be if you were still alive? How could you be so cruel as to abandon me? You even swore such a vicious oath. How do you expect me to live on? The girl's thoughts appeared in Guo Pai's mind directly. Kong Xian, how did that ancient witch know this little girl? That's impossible, Guo Pai thought subconsciously. No, this is the human world. Damn it, I was scared to death. A young man pushed a girl away and was hit by a cement truck. He died when the rescue failed. Before he died, he told the girl to forget about him and find a good person to live with. What a melodramatic scene, but it really happened to the girl beside Guo Pai. Cough, cough. Hello, my name is Guo Pai. I'm a new student in Class 1. If there's anyone here, I'll go sit somewhere else. Guo Pai stopped his mind-reading ability and said to the girl who had not raised her head. Her, but had already left the bench, and there was a good-looking girl behind her. It would be nice to sit beside her. Sit here. There's no one here. The girl slowly raised her head, and Guo Pai saw the girl's face clearly. Oh my God, Jade Emperor, how do you want me to thank you? The human world is too beautiful. Guo Pai was completely shocked by the girl in front of him. Exquisite. How much effort did the Creator put into this girl in front of him? She was so much prettier than the fairies in the heavens. You was not as good-looking as her. Then I'll sit, Guo Pai said softly as he looked at the girl and then at Lin Shuang. The first day of classes made Guo Pai understand what it meant to be a student. The first class was Lin Shuang's language class. Fortunately, the teacher was a beautiful woman who never got tired of looking at her, so Guo Pai managed to survive. The second period was an English class. Guo Pai's English was pretty good when he was alive. In order to understand all kinds of romantic action movies, he had put in some effort. He could more or less understand what the teacher was saying. However, Guo Pai couldn't understand a single letter. The reason was simple. The teacher was a bald man in his 30s. The last class in the afternoon was history class. A half-aged old man's spittle flew everywhere as he talked about the history of the Tang dynasty. Time and time again, he provoked our classmate, Guo Pai, who was born in the Tang dynasty. Everyone has read Journey to the West, right? Many places in the book describe the grand events of the Tang dynasty. In fact, there was no such person as Tang Sanzang, Sun Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and the others. In the Tang dynasty, there was a monk called Jianjin. He spread the Buddhist teachings of the grand events of the Tang dynasty to Japan. The old man said loudly, I've tolerated you for a long time. Who told you that there was no Sun Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and the others? How do you know? Guo Pai suddenly stood up and said loudly, This is big. Bad guy is mighty. Qin Duo, who was originally sleepy, suddenly woke up and gave Guo Pai a thumbs up. This student, you look very unfamiliar. Do you have any objections to the content of my book? The old man looked at Guo Pai and said with squinted eyes, Teacher, sure, I think that some of the people and things described in Journey to the West should have a certain theoretical basis. Otherwise, Little Wu would not have written nonsense. After so many years, it has been passed down. Moreover, there is no evidence to prove that Sun Wukong and the others did not exist. In our China, we have found the water curtain cave where Sun Wukong used to stay. Guo Pai braced himself and said with a smile, Oh, young man, your opinion is very unique. Let's talk alone when we have time. I think I know more about the history of the Tang dynasty than you. Old man sure said with a trace of displeasure. He had taught for decades, and no one dared to contradict him in class. The history of the Tang dynasty? Then forget it. I know more about this matter than you. Guo Pai said subtly, Are you kidding? Before I ascended, I watched the development of the Tang dynasty. At that time, I was wholeheartedly following the Tao. Otherwise, it was not impossible for me to become an emperor. Cough, cough, cough. A newborn calf is not afraid of a tiger. Good, very good. After class, come to my office. I want to discuss the history of the Tang Dynasty with you. Let's see how much more you know than me. Let's end this class here. Class dismissed. Shi Yucai shouted and walked out of the classroom. Yeah, I'm convinced. Bad guy, you were so awesome. You actually made that stubborn old man leave. #1 in the first year of high school. Haha, awesome, awesome. A teenager beside Qian Duo said with a smile. Since there is still some time left, let me talk about the history of the Tang Dynasty. After saying that, Guo Pai went straight to the podium. At this time, Qian Duo, who knew that Guo Pai was one of the 4 evils of Wu Castle, was completely shocked. When talking about the history of the Tang Dynasty, there is one person who must be mentioned. Tang Xuanzong. After saying that, Guo Pai wrote the 3 words Tang Xuanzong on the blackboard. He is so handsome. I didn't expect him to be so handsome and write so well. The moment Guo Pai wrote, the girls in the audience began to exclaim. With Tang Xuanzong, it is necessary to talk about the journey to the West. Guo Pai looked at the students in the audience and said. Some people were listening, while others were disdainful. The journey to the West is actually not the road from China to India that you all know. It is a road that was opened up by the great sorcerer at the time of the creation of the world. It is also known as the Road of Merit. Guo Pai did not care about the expressions of the students in the audience and continued. Who is Tang Xuanzong? The reincarnation of the golden cicada. Originally, the golden cicada was a disciple of the Buddha. The reason why he was reincarnated was because he did not have enough merit. The journey to the West was to let the golden cicada earn merit. Guo Pai said with assurance. Sun Wukong is also real. The reason why the Tang Dynasty could be so prosperous for so many years is because of Tang Xuanzong. It was Xiao Wu's opportunity to write the journey to the West. Guo Pai spoke for about 10 minutes, and more than 40 people in the audience were completely mesmerized. Regardless of whether the history that Guo Pai said was true or not, it was much better than that stubborn old man. Principal Li, there's a new student in grade 1, class 1. I don't know who he is, but he must apologize to me in the school assembly on Monday. I, Old Sure, have taught for so many years, and this is the first time I have seen such a student. He has no respect for the teacher. Do you know what he said in class? The journey to the West is real. Old Sure shouted in the principal's office. Brother Sure, can you listen to me first? Li Xuanyu took a sip of water and looked at Shi Yucai with a smile. All these years, I'm not afraid of the rich and powerful. I don't know how many people I have offended, but I am the one who let this kid in. There are 2 reasons. First, the affiliated high school is quiet, and the students need some excitement. Second, this kid's surname is Guo, and he is the grandson of old Guo. If you really want to punish him, I don't think academician Guo will be able to live with it. Academician Guo's grandson? The 4th of the 4 evils of Wu Castle? Shi Yucai was stunned, and his forehead was covered with sweat. You don't have to worry. This kid seems to have changed a lot after the car accident. Li Wei, the grandson of my security department, had a lot of conflicts with him, but now it seems that the 2 of them have a good relationship. Li Xuanyu saw through Old Shi's thoughts and said with a smile, If there is anything, Old Li, you have to help me. Shi Yucai finished and walked back to his office. Brother, according to what you said, Sun Wukong's havoc in heaven and Zhu Beiji's molestation of Chong Yi are also real. A young man in the audience shouted. The great sage's havoc in heaven is real. As for Zhu Beiji's molestation of Chong Yi, that is a secret of the heavens, and a secret of the heavens cannot be revealed. As soon as Guo Sha finished speaking, the bell for the end of class rang, accompanied by the applause of all the students in the class. Chapter 16. My name is Guo Pai. I don't know your name yet. Guo Pai returned to his seat once again. School had already ended, but the students in the class did not leave. This was because Guopao had returned to his seat and was flirting with the most beautiful girl in the high school affiliated to Renmin University of China. Ever since the incident 3 months ago, Murong Weiwei had not spoken a word to anyone. "I'm hungry. Let's go for a meal." 3 minutes later, the entire affiliated high school was in an uproar. Murong Weiwei, the beloved girl of Wu City, was talking to a strange man and even took the initiative to ask to have a meal with him. What kind of man was this to be able to change Murong Weiwei? "Let's go, but there may be more people later. No outsiders, my wife." Guopai pulled Murong Weiwei out of the classroom. "Qian Duo, hit me hard," Gao Fei said loudly to Qian Duo as he watched them leave. Slap, slap, slap. 3 consecutive slaps made Gao Fei see stars. "Let's go to the cafeteria. I'll hang out with bad guy from now on." Gao Fei pouted as his face was swollen. "Xiao Shi, Yu, over here." Guopai saw Tang Shi, Yu, and Su Yi before they reached the cafeteria. "Xiao Shi, you see, these are the 4 evils of Wu Castle." After half a day of class, they tricked another girl. Su Yi pulled Tang Shi and said, "Easy, that's Murong Weiwei." "Tang," she said softly, "you've heard of her story, right? Don't talk nonsense later." Su Yi stuck out her tongue and pulled Tang Shi and Yu to Guopai. "My desk mate, Murong Weiwei." Guopai pointed at the otherworldly Murong Weiwei and said softly, "My wife, Tang Shi, my concubine, Yu, and my bed warmer, Su Yi." "Scoundrel, are you looking for death?" Su Yi's small fists landed on Guopao's body. "Hello, my name is Murong Weiwei. I've heard of your names. Nice to meet you." Murong Weiwei reached out her hand and smiled at the 3 of them. "Class 3, Tang Shi. Class 3, Su Yi. Class 7, Yu. Let's go to the Ren family's private kitchen." As they spoke, they gathered in Ren Schwantz's small restaurant again. "I haven't eaten here for a long time. I'll go and order the dishes. You guys wait here." Murong Weiwei smiled and walked out. "Bad guy, bro. Did you know Murong Weiwei before?" Tang Shi looked at Guopai and asked, "What's wrong, big wife? Did you eat something wrong?" Guopai said with a smile, "I don't know her. It's my first day of class today. Our homeroom teacher asked me to sit next to her. You've heard about her, right?" Su Yi whispered, "You definitely don't know. It's your first day at school. Let me tell you so that you won't talk nonsense later. At the beginning of the first year of high school, something big happened at the affiliated high school. The proud son of Wu Castle, Kong Xian, and the proud daughter of Wu Castle, Murong Weiwei, came to our school at the affiliated high school at the same time. This allowed the affiliated high school to beat the other high schools in the martial arts competition a month after school started. They once again won the title of #1 in Wu Castle." So you whispered, "Martial arts competition? What competition? Fighting? I can also get #1 if I go." Guo Pai teased. "Bah, fighting? Haven't you heard of it in 9th high school?" Su Yi glared at Guo Pai. The reason why Wu Castle is called Wu Castle is because Wu Castle has always advocated martial arts. Therefore, a rule has been passed down since the early days of liberation. Every year, during the first month of school, every high school will send 10 students to participate in a martial arts competition. The so-called martial arts competition is not a fight. It's a competition similar to a decathlon event. The final ranking will be determined according to the ranking of the best students in each school. Yu glanced at Guo Pai and said softly, "Kong Xian got #1? Guo Pai asked with a smile. "Wrong. Murong Weiwei got #1. Su Yi said loudly. At this time, Murong Weiwei walked in. "Yi, what do you mean by I got #1? Murong Weiwei asked with a smile. "I'm talking about the martial arts competition. Can you tell me more about it? I want to know." Guo Pai looked at Murong Weiwei and asked with a smile. He completely ignored the 3 girls who were trying to signal him with their eyes. "Martial arts competition? Are you talking about what happened last semester?" Murong Weiwei was stunned at first, then asked softly, "There are 7 events in the martial arts competition. Whoever finishes first will be #1, including the 800-meter, 3,000-meter, 10,000-meter, 100-meter, 30 reps run, rock climbing, 5-dan Chinese chess, and 5-dan go. Logically speaking, it's impossible for you to get #1. There's so many track and field events. It's too difficult for a girl like you to get number one. Guopai thought for a while and asked, Kong Xian, it's Kong Xian. He should have gotten number one, but he sent me to the peak of the martial arts competition because of a promise he made. Murong Weiwei said with red eyes. What? He got number one in the 1,000-meter pentathlon event behind your back? Guopai was completely shocked. Murong Weiwei was not fat, but she should be at least 90 kilograms. What kind of person would Kong Xian be to get number one while carrying her? Yes, he still got number one in the first 5 events behind my back. Then I won the Chinese chess and go matches easily and got number one. Kong Xian got number 2. Murong Weiwei said softly. Why did you promise me to sit next to you? Guopai looked at the exquisite beauty in front of him and asked softly. Because of a promise I made to Kong Xian. Murong Weiwei looked at Guopai and said, Am I beautiful? Yes. Guopai said softly. Do you like me? Yes. Then you have to work hard to make me fall in love with you. You are not Kong Xian's shadow. I want you to fall in love with me. Murong Weiwei said softly with a red face. I will. Let's eat first. Guopai looked at the 3 girls who were completely shocked and said with a smile, Bad guy, do you still have wine in your gourd? 1 glass, just 1 glass. So he looked at Guopai and whispered. This bad guy was not a good person. He was flirtatious, lecherous, raced, and got into fights. However, the wine in his gourd was really delicious. Letting a bed-warming girl like you eat at the table is already a great gift. Now you still want to drink? Guopai looked at Su Yi and said, But you call me bad guy very nicely. I'll reluctantly let you drink 1 glass. However, I don't have any sandalwood glasses. I'll ask them for a few crystal glasses. With that, Guopai prepared to go out and ask for some glasses. Bad guy, there's no need. I have the glasses with me. With that, Su Yi took out an exquisite box from her bag. After opening it, 4 exquisite crystal glasses were neatly arranged inside. Ahem, little Yi Zi, people say that big breasts are brainless. I think you're an exception. Guopai smiled and said, For glasses. It's just right for the 4 of you. 1 glass for each of you. You can't drink more. The 3 girls looked satisfied as they watched the crystal glasses being filled with wine. Murong Weiwei was a little puzzled. Was this wine really that good? To be able to make these 3 influential people in the affiliated high school so satisfied. Weiwei, try it today. It's the first time I've eaten with you. I can let you drink 2 glasses. Guopai smiled and handed a crystal glass to Murong Weiwei. Little Shi, see? He likes the new and hates the old. A new generation replaces the old. Moreover, the new generation is not old yet. He is still showing off his affection in front of you. You have to control him. So you whispered in Tang Shi's ear. Of course, the first wife and the second wife should drink another glass later. There are some things that I haven't told you. This is just a kind of wine. It has the effect of beautifying and nourishing the skin. It can also help to expel toxins. Do you feel very energetic after drinking it in the morning? Guopai said as he filled Tang Shi and Yu Yu's glasses again. Bad guy, you're pissing me off. So you looked at Guopai's teasing eyes and said loudly. Chapter 17. In the end, Tang Shi spoke. Guopai gave his first wife enough face and poured another cup for Su Yi. The 4 beauties happily followed Guopai and ate their fill. Duo, you're here too. As soon as Guopai left the small restaurant, he saw his roommate, his ultimate fan, Qian Duo. Hello, bad guy. Hello, sisters-in-law. Qian Duo smiled at the 5 of them. I'm looking for bad guy. I don't know if sisters-in-law can give me some time. Bad guy bro, we'll go back first. Call us if you need anything. Tang Shi nodded lightly and smiled. Little Shi, don't tell me you really like bad guy. You can't take things that happened when you were young seriously. He's one of the 4 pests of Wu Castle. There's been a lot of news about them in recent years, especially about bad guy. Su Yi whispered to Tang Shi. I'll propose to him when we graduate. I've already started planning my proposal. It can't be too cliché. Tang Shi looked into the distance and smiled. Easy. Maybe you'll fall in love with bad guy bro in 3 years. At that time, you'll really have to warm his bed. Hee hee. You're courting death. How could I fall in love with him? I'm just interested in the wine in his gourd. Suyi whispered, the man I, Suyi, fall in love with must be a great hero. How could be a little rascal like him? Easy. Let's make a bet. I'm sure you'll fall in love with bad guy bro before graduation. Don't worry, I won't be jealous. She smiled. What? Let's not talk about it. I'm going to read. There's only half a month left until the one battle preliminaries. It'll be embarrassing if I don't make it. After speaking, Yizi walked in her room with a red face. Duo, why are you looking for me? Guopai and Qian Duo found an empty seat and sat down. Bad guy bro, Qian Duo rubbed his hands and looked at Guopai. We're eating inside and you're eavesdropping outside? Classmate Duo, could it be that you have such a hobby? Guopai already knew what Qian Duo wanted. Wine. How could he know how delicious the Heavenly Court's wine was if he eavesdropped? Bad guy, I really didn't mean to eavesdrop. Qian Duo quickly explained. Little brother eavesdropping on big brother. Isn't that courting death? However, bad guy, can you let me have a taste of that wine? Back then, Sun Wukong even gave Zhu Beiji and Monk Sha a ginseng fruit. Haha, I can give you the wine. Let's sit down and have a good chat. Tell me about the martial arts competition. You should be very clear about this. As he spoke, Guopai took out a wine bottle. It was unknown what material it was made of. You found the right person. I was the only one who participated in both the martial arts competition and the literary competition. Although my ranking in the martial arts competition was average, I won first place in the literary competition. My contribution was obvious to all, Qian Duo said with a smile. There's a literary competition. Guopai was stunned. He was too lazy to use the mind-reading technique. This technique can't be used too much. If one day the Jade Emperor is unhappy, he will find fault with me and take back this technique. Let me have a taste first. What kind of wine can make the top 10 beauties of the affiliated high school so intoxicated? As he spoke, Qian Duo drank the wine. Bad guy, Master Bad, tell me, what do you want little brother to do? Murder and arson, looting and robbing. With just a word from you, this little brother's 100 caddies of meat will be yours. Qian Duo said excitedly. His tongue reached out and licked the wine cup again. Don't disgust me. Tell me about the literary competition and the martial arts competition. If I'm satisfied, I will give you another cup. As he spoke, Guopai took a big gulp of wine from the gourd. Sister-in-law has already told you about the martial arts competition. Back then, Kong Xian sang all the way behind sister-in-law's back. Of course, bad guy is much better than Kong Xian. Qian Duo quickly changed the topic and talked about the literary competition. The literary competition of affiliated high school is about to start. Only the freshmen can participate. Now, there is a list of participants for the literary competition on the BBS. All 4 sisters-in-law are on the list. Of course, this year's freshmen are full of talents. There are a total of 28 people on the list. In the end, 7 of them will be selected to participate in the literary competition of Wu Castle. Qian Duo looked at the wine gourd in Guopai's hand and said quickly, the literary competition is divided into compulsory and competitive questions. There are a lot of topics covering almost all subjects. In the past, I represented affiliated high school with my solid computer knowledge. Qian Duo licked his lips and said, half a cup. Continue. Guopai drank half of the cup in front of Qian Duo and said with a smile. Qian Duo looked at the 7-colored liquid in the cup and licked his lips again. However, he didn't drink it. How can I drink such good wine like this? I'll save it and taste it slowly. Bad guy, Beauty Wei said that you can make her fall in love with you. I'm an expert in relationships. Let me tell you this. If you want to fulfill Beauty Wei's wish, the simplest and most direct thing is in front of you. Qian Duo said with a smile. Say it. Guopai picked up the gourd and filled the cup to the brim. Become a participant for the literary competition. Then represent our school in the literary competition. Then represent our school and win the first place. Qian Duo said loudly. Of course, this may be a little difficult for bad guy. How can I become a participant for the literary competition? Guopai was stunned and asked with a smile. If bad guy really wants to become a participant for the literary competition, leave it to me. Duo said with a smile. However, I have to remind bad guy that the literary competition will be broadcasted live on the forum. If you don't have real skills, you'll be embarrassed. Drink, Guopai said with a smile. After drinking this cup, I'll fill it to the brim for you. However, I'll leave the literary competition to you. Haha, interesting. Embarrassing? It seems like I've only embarrassed myself once in all these years. Bad guy, don't worry. Leave it to me. After Duo finished speaking, he picked up the cup and walked towards the dormitory. Leave the cup in the dormitory. If it's broken or lost, you're finished. Guopai shouted as Qianduo was back. Literary competition preliminaries make waves. Who dares to stop bad guy? A photo of Guopai and the four beauties was placed under the title and appeared in the literary competition section of the forum. Below, it was a sentence, like for bad guy to become a participant for the literary competition. In less than 10 minutes, there were more than 1,500 people who liked the post, more than half of the students in the school. Guopai's name appeared on the list of participants for the literary competition. Brother Sheng, that kid has the four beauties all to himself. Why do you still like him and let him become a participant for the literary competition? In a second-year class, a teenager asked softly. You don't understand, right? The higher you climb, the more painful it is to fall. If he wants to climb, then let him. There will be a good show to watch during the literary competition preliminaries, Wei Xiangxing said with a smile. I already know who this kid is. He's one of the four pests of Wu Castle. Have you heard of him? There's news from 9th High School. Other than English, this kid doesn't know anything else. The literary competition is in 10 days. Unless he's a god, he can only wait to be embarrassed. 10 days later, it was still the same Wei Xiangxing. With a face full of disbelief, he said, God, he really is a god. Chapter 18. Big Bro Bad Guy. Are you going to participate in the preliminaries? Murong Weiwei asked Guopai softly. Kong Xian let you win first place in a martial arts competition. The only thing I can do is to help you win first place in the literature competition. Only then can I prove that Weiwei didn't choose the wrong person, Guopai said softly. You're the fourth of the four evils of Wu Castle. Murong Weiwei asked casually. If you're talking about the four heroes of Wu Castle, namely Yao, Jia Yuan, Wang Sheng, and Guopai, then I'm sure the Guopai in there is me, Guopai said with a smile. Big Bro Bad Guy, give up on the competition. I'm afraid that the good feelings I've just built up for you will disappear during the preliminaries, Murong Weiwei said casually. You'll make me fall in love with you. I know you have a way, just like how you have such delicious wine. Weiwei, I'll take you first place in the literature competition. Just watch, Teacher Lin Shuang said as she walked into the classroom. Today, I'd like to tell everyone something. I'm sure everyone already knows about it. It's already been mentioned on the forum, Lin Shuang said with a smile as she looked at Duo. Look at me again, and I'll chase you, Duo thought to himself as he put on a gentleman's face. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the school hall. The charity auction will be held there once every semester. Don't be late, okay? Lin Shuang said with a smile. Our class has a total of 8 auction items. I hope that students with the ability can bid for them. After all, it's a charity auction. All the money earned will be used to help the construction of some primary schools around Wu Castle. Lin Shuang's gaze fell on Guopai as she said this. Scoundrel, you'll have to bleed a little when the time comes. Lin Shuang's thoughts appeared directly in Guopai's mind after using her mind-reading ability. Teacher Lin, I still have an auction item here. I wonder if I can still participate in the auction? Guopai said as a good-looking gourd appeared in his hand. I wonder what Guopai is up to. Lin Shuang asked with a smile. This is some loose wine that I brewed myself. The restaurant's old master in Shuansa has tasted it before and said that it tastes pretty good. I wonder if he'll be able to participate in this charity sale? Guopai said with a smile. Bad guy, is it the wine in your gourd? I'll buy it. I'll buy it directly. 100,000. Is 100,000 enough? No, 1 million. 1 million. Give me that gourd. Teacher Lin, do you think that's enough? Duo suddenly stood up and said loudly, F***CK, there's really someone who cooperates with us. A few boys sitting in the back row said loudly, 1 million. Duo, you are really a talent. Fools will never know that they are fools. Forget it, I'll fight for it myself during the charity auction. I hope Six Masterin won't raise the price too high. Duo shook his head and sat down with his eyes still staring at the gourd. If Professor Rin said that this is good wine, I can contact the organizing committee to verify it. If it's true, we can put in the charity sale, Lin Shuang said softly. Then I'll have to trouble you, Teacher Lin. After Guo Pai finished speaking, he smiled and looked at Morong Weiwei. Let's have a meal together after class. I made a little toy, and I need you guys to look at it. For the next 2 classes, Guo Pai slept soundly during English class. During history class, he looked at Shi Yucai and stopped talking about the history of the Tang dynasty. He just let him be. Fourth brother, how is it? Seems like your school life is not bad. You don't even know how to give me a call. Huh? Jia Yuan's bold and unrestrained voice sounded from the other end of the phone. It's very comfortable, but I don't feel comfortable without the few of us around. Let's have a drink together during the holidays. All right, how are big brother and third brother recently? Guo Pai asked with a smile. Brother Yao will be going abroad in the next 2 days. You know, I can't tell you. Third brother is going to be promoted, but it's all thanks to your wine. By the way, fourth brother, do you have any more wine? I won't take it for free this time. 100 million. Just give me a small bottle. There's a difficult guy in business. I have to deal with him. Second brother, could it be that you gave away all of the wine I gave you? Guo Pao faltered slightly before asking with a hint of disappointment in his heart. How could I? I'm not stupid. Even my father didn't give me that wine. I have to taste it slowly. After Jia Yuan finished speaking, he felt that he had let slip that he still had wine. If he asked fourth brother for more, would fourth brother be angry? Second brother, let me tell you the truth. I have plenty of wine here. I can give it to you, big brother and third brother. If others want to drink it, it depends on my mood. If you dare to give the wine I gave you to others, I won't recognize you as my brother anymore. You still want to talk about money with me? Can big brother's wine be bought with money? After saying that, Guo Pai hung up the phone without waiting for Jia Yuan to speak. Damn, how dare he hang up on me? I have to tell big brother that this guy took the wrong medicine. Jia Yuan said and dialed Li Yao's number. Third brother, you said that fourth brother took the wrong medicine. I think you're the one who took the wrong medicine. After hearing Jia Yuan's words, Li Yao scolded him again. Brother, what is a brother? Jia Yuan, if you can't figure out this matter, I think the 3 of us should really draw a line with you. No, big brother, I know I'm wrong. I have to go to the affiliated high school tomorrow. There's a charity auction there. I will apologize to fourth brother in person. You can't do this to me. Jia Yuan screamed like a pig being slaughtered on the other end of the phone. The affiliated high school charity auction? Interesting. It seems my father is going too. Liao hung up the phone and smiled slightly. He would go to Country M after the charity auction. Anyway, these few days were not urgent. Third brother, have you finished your wine? Jia Yuan called Wang Sheng and asked with a smile. Second brother, I've finished it. The wine is too good. I haven't sobered up yet. Let me finish it all. Wang Sheng saw Jia Yuan's phone call. This second brother of his would not call him without a reason. It must be something bad for him to call him at this time. Third brother, are you lying to me? Don't worry, I still have wine. Even if I don't have it, I won't ask you for it. Jia Yuan was a business tycoon. He saw through Wang Sheng's trick. Cough, cough, cough. Listen to what second brother said. Wang Sheng said with a slightly red face. I don't know why second brother is calling me this time. Nothing. I was scolded twice in a row just now. I just want to chat with you. Jia Yuan said with a smile. Third brother, where do you think fourth brother got this wine? Don't you feel it? Fourth brother has changed a lot since the car accident. Who cares where he got it? Fourth brother is really good. There's something for us to drink. Why care about other things? Third brother said. The wine in the crystal glass in his hand was poured into his stomach. He held the wine in his hand, and the feeling of ascending to immortality surged into his heart again. That's true. But let me tell you something. Don't send the wine to your grandfather. If fourth brother finds out, he won't be happy, Jia Yuan said softly. Then, he told Wang Sheng about what happened today. Thank you, third brother. I know about this matter. I also told my father at that time. That wine was a one-of-a-kind. I got it by accident and gave it to my father as a show of respect. Now, my father is probably not willing to drink it. There's more, Wang Sheng said with a smile. Chapter 19. Lao Si, come over here. As soon as they sat down in the hall, they saw the chubby Jia Yuan waving at Guo Pai. Who is Fatty Jia talking to? Someone beside Jia Yuan asked. One of the four evils of Wu Castle must not be a good person to be addressed so warmly by Fatty Jia. Bad guy, bro. Is that chubby guy calling you? Tang Shi asked with a smile. Calling me? I don't know him. Why would he call me? You saw just now? He dared to flirt with a girl in affiliated high school. How could I know such a person? Guo Pai said with a righteous face. Jia Yuan, the second of the four evils of Wu Castle. He is the most outstanding self-made businessman in Wu Castle. Apart from being a little lecherous, he seems to be doing a good business. He is very trustworthy. Bad guy, don't you know him? I remember someone took him to 9th high school to hunt for girls. You said without hesitation. Lao Si, over here. Don't you want to introduce the pretty girl beside you to me? A young man who represented the government in this charity auction was standing beside a beautiful girl. Almost all the students in affiliated high school knew her. She was Li Xiuanyu's granddaughter, the most precious girl in Wu Castle, Li Xiaohua. Many people knew who this man was. He was the third of the four evils of Wu Castle, the deputy director of Yuan City's Family Planning Administration, and now the deputy director of the Municipal Commission for Discipline Inspection. He looked like a deputy director, but anyone with a discerning eye could tell that he had been promoted, definitely promoted. Bad guy, bro, is he calling you? So he said intimately. I don't know him. He took his girlfriend with him and wanted to find other girls. I know he's not a good person. He is from a government. I have to report him. Guo Pai said seriously. Bad guy, bro. You are such a gentleman. Let's go over there. Murong Weiwei said with a smile. Bad guy. You are definitely a bad guy. You are the fourth of the four evils of Wu Castle. You don't even recognize your second and third brothers. Fourth brother, I've transferred the money to your card. Have you received it? The moment Guo Pai turned around, a hoarse voice sounded in his ears. I'll have to follow you to Wu Castle to have some fun. Although I didn't manage to hook up with any pretty girls, 50 million is enough for me to enjoy myself for a while, haha. It was none other than Li Yao. Little sugar thin, let's go. What are you looking at? Guo Pai pretended not to hear it. He pulled Tang Shi with one hand and Yu with the other and walked to the front row. Guo Pai, take one more step and my desert eagle will misfire. If you're sure that you can run faster, then continue. Li Yao said as the golden desert eagle appeared in his hand. Li Yao said with a smile. Holding a gun in public? Yes, holding a gun. Her brother had a gun license, so the guards of the chief were allowed to hold guns. Big brother, so it really is you. I heard your voice just now. Didn't you go out on a mission? Why did you come to affiliated high school? Guo Pai turned around and walked towards Li Yao and gave him a bear hug. A 1.75 meters short guy hugging Li Yao, who was 1.95 meters tall. It felt weird. Big brother, do you still want a drink? If you do, then cooperate. I'm not threatening you. I'm serious. You only have one chance. 5 pounds of alcohol. Guo Pai whispered in Li Yao's ear. Fixed price, 20 pounds. I've already prepared the lines. You can do whatever you want. Li Yao didn't feel like a soldier king at all. He said with a wretched face. Okay, brother Yao, you're ruthless. You can deal with second brother and third brother. Their characters are too bad. Guo Pai patted Li Yao and said softly, Deal. Li Yao smiled and looked at the four beauties. Guo Pai returned to the four beauties. My big brother, Soldier King Li Yao. Guo Pai said with a smile. Bad guy. He's the leader of the four pests of Wu Castle. You admit that you know him? Su Yi asked with a smile. Little Yi, you've grown up and you dare to tease your brother. Where's Su Cheng? I'll teach him a lesson. He didn't discipline his own sister well. Li Yao smiled and said, I won't disturb you. I'm going over there. Let's have dinner together after the auction. Liao turned and left. You my big brother. Why not? He's a soldier of China. He protects the country, punishes evil, and promotes good. He's definitely a hero. If you weren't my women, I would have recommended him to you. Guopai said with a serious face. Cough, cough. Protects the country, punishes evil, and promotes good. Bullies the weak, forcing people to buy and sell. Lustful. Su Yi whispered. Cough, cough, cough. Little Yi, who told you about my big brother's good points? Guopai asked in a low voice. They're all rumors, but you don't seem to know much. You didn't even mention the first two. Su Yi said with a serious face. Cough, cough, cough. Let's not talk about it. The auction is about to start. Let's have dinner together after it's over. It's the weekend. We could drink a few more cups. Isn't that right, little Yi? Guopai squinted and said. Yes, yes, yes. Bad guy finally spoke the truth today. Hee hee. Little Shi seems to have an item up for auction today. You have to buy it later. Su Yi said with a smile. At 9 o'clock in the morning, the auditorium that could accommodate 10,000 people was filled to the brim. The students of affiliated high school sat on one side, while the elites from all walks of life sat on the other side. Lin Shuang appeared on the rostrum in a long dress. Bad guy, your eyeballs are falling out. Su Yi looked at Guopai, who was about to drool. Cough, cough. I was wondering why the person on the rostrum looked so familiar. So it's teacher Lin Shuang. Guopai whispered. Damn it. Close your eyes. How dare you stare at my wife so blatantly? He thought to himself. Good morning, students and distinguished guests from all walks of life. My name is Lin Shuang. I'm a Chinese teacher at affiliated high school. I'm also the host of this auction. Thank you for participating in this auction. All the proceeds from this auction will be used for the construction of elementary schools around Wu Castle City. I thank you on behalf of them. After saying that, Lin Shuang bowed deeply to the audience. Applause immediately sounded. Today, there will be a total of 181 auction items. I hope that everyone will participate actively. Without further ado, the item in front of me is the first auction item for today's auction. As she spoke, Lin Shuang lifted a piece of red cloth, revealing a piece of paper lying quietly on a porcelain plate. A page of Li Xuanyu's precious collection of Lin's records of Donpa. The starting price is 5,000 yuan. Each bid must not be lower than 100 yuan. Let's begin. Lin Shuang said with a smile. I'll take Headmaster Li's precious collection. Thank you for recognizing my worth back then. A well-dressed young man said softly. 50,000 yuan. Old Li's records of Lin's records of Donpa. I was fortunate enough to see it in old Li's house. It's the real deal. 60,000 yuan. An old man said with a smile. 100,000 yuan. Uncle Lin, my father said that I must take it with me. I'm sorry. A woman in her 30s said with a smile. 100,000 yuan. Manager Su from Wanfu Real Estate has bid 100,000 yuan. Is there a higher bid? Lin Shuang said softly. Manager Su, thank you for making a good start for this auction. Without going through the complicated procedures of a formal auction, Lin Shuang directly announced that the successful woman of the Su family had bid for a page of Lin's records of Donpa at a higher price than an auction. Chapter 20. The second item is a cross-stitch from our affiliated high school's Tangxi. Lin Shuang said with a smile. First of all, let's give a round of applause to thank this student. As she spoke, a 3-meter-long cross-stitch appeared. The 4 words, indifferent to honor or disgrace, were full of spirituality. Girl, you wrote these 4 words yourself, right? Guopai looked at Tang, she who was blushing, and asked with a smile. Not bad, not bad. If you continue to practice, you will be able to form your own school in about 100 years. Bad guy go. How did you know I wrote it myself? Tang she asked softly with a red face. What doesn't your husband know? Wait a moment. I will bid for this item. Such a good item, it would be a waste to give it to others. Guopai said with a smile. The starting bid for this cross-stitch is 1,000 yuan. Each bid must not be less than 20 yuan. Let's begin. Lin Shuang said with a smile. Junior Tang, she's item, I bid 10,000 yuan. A senior high school student said loudly. Junior Tang, she is not for you to call her that. I'll pay 15,000 yuan. A high school sophomore shouted loudly. Children nowadays are much bolder than we were back then. Haha, an old man said with a smile. If the final bid is higher than Old Lee's East Slope Forest tree, I'm afraid Old Lee will lose face. Ha! An old man beside him said jokingly. 1 million. Guopai looked at Tang Shi and said with a smile as he reached out his hand. Look, that is Tang Shi's boyfriend, Guopai. I have seen his photo on the forum. He kissed Tang Shi. A senior high school student said loudly. He is handsome and willing to spend money on his girlfriend. I also want such a man. A girl said with a smitten look. 1 million to buy a cross-stitch. There must be something wrong with your brain. Someone said with jealousy. 1 million. Is there anything higher? Lin Shuang continued, as if she wanted to see the world in chaos. 1 million. She faced it up and looked at Tang Shi and said loudly. Tang Shi's cross-stitch belongs to me, Shi Fei. 5 million. Guopai also slowly stood up. You can continue. This way, you can help more people improve their school environment. His words were much stronger than Shi Fei's. 6 million. I will definitely continue. What do you think, student Guopai? Shi Fei continued loudly. For words. 1 million per word. For million, Guopai said casually. This was because Guopai's mind-reading ability had landed on Shi Fei. This kid didn't want to cross-stitch at all. He just wanted to annoy Guopai. Guopai also knew that this kid had 5 million on him, which was the upper limit of the Shi family. For 500,000. Shi Fei squinted his eyes and looked at Guopai. A middle-aged man, wearing glasses beside him, whispered something in Shi Fei's ear, and the old man beside him nodded in appreciation. For 990,000, Shi family of Wu Castle. Not bad, Guopai said with a smile. Third uncle, do you still want to add? Shi Fei suddenly lost confidence and asked softly. 5 million. This kid is already anxious. Add another bid and provoke him. Add another bid. No matter how much he offers, you can give it to him, the middle-aged man wearing glasses said with a smile. 5 million. I'll pay 5 million. Continue if you have the guts, Shi Fei said loudly. F*CK. I was wondering who was supporting him from behind the scenes. So it's Shi Yun. I'm afraid fourth brother is going to lose out this time. When Jia Yuan heard Shi Fei shout out 5 million, he glanced at the excited Guopao and whispered to Wang Sheng, who was beside him. I'll pay. Sai, forget it. Since Shi Fei likes Xiao Shi's cross-stitch so much, I'll give it to you. After all, we have plenty of time in the future. Xiao Shi can still make me another cross-stitch. Guopai looked at Shi Fei and said with a smile. Teacher Lin, I'll give this to Shi Fei. Thank Shi Fei for his contribution to this charity auction. After saying that, Guopai sat down on his chair. Haha, wonderful, truly wonderful. I didn't expect fourth brother to not be impulsive this time. Haha, the Shi family must be stupid this time. Third brother, do you think I should go back to school for a few days? Look at how much fourth brother has changed, Jia Yuan said with a smile. Bad guy. Just like that, Xiao Shi's cross-stitch cost Shi Fei 5 million, Su Yi said with a hint of excitement. First wife, you won't complain that I didn't bid for your cross-stitch, right? Guopai whispered in Tang Shi's ear. To make it up to you, see if there's anything you like later. I'll bid for it for you. The following auction items didn't sell for more than 100,000, but with everyone participating, the charity auction was quite successful. The 100th item was an oil painting by Su Yi. After Guopai bid 500,000, no one else dared to bid any higher. Although it wasn't as high as Tang Shi's 5 million, it was still the second highest price among the first 100 items. It satisfied Su Ye's vanity a little. Sixth brother, when do you think there will be good wine in this auction? If the wine we bid for isn't good, we'll hold you responsible. Those 30-year-old bottles of wine in your shop will be ours. An old man sitting beside Ren Schwanza said with a smile. Old man Shu, I'm afraid we won't be able to drink this wine. The price of this wine won't be lower than 10 million. I'm afraid that even if I sell my shop, I won't have that much money. The moment Ren Schwanza saw Jia Yuan and Wang Sheng enter the auditorium, He calculated that he would probably return empty-handed today. 10 million? Sixth brother, are you having a fever? A wine gourd that can hold at least 3 caddies of wine is worth 10 million. Unless it's the wine that the Jade Emperor drank, Old Man Chu said without hesitation. Let's wait and see. This girl from the Lin family is probably going to use this wine as the finale, Ren Schwanza said softly as he glanced at Lin Shuang. A day ago, Lin Shuang appeared in Lin Schwanza's shop with an exquisite wine gourd in her hand. Ren Schwanza could tell at a glance that the gourd was somewhat similar to the one in Guo Pai's hand. If the news about the charity auction that day was true, then this gourd was undoubtedly Guo Pai's. Grandpa Run, I'm not here to freeload today. I'm here to ask you something, Lin Shuang said with a smile. If this wine was given to you by a little fellow named Guo Pai, then there's no need to ask. This wine will be the finale of this charity auction, Ren Schwanza said with a shake of his head. Sixth master, don't you want to pour some out to taste? What if the wine in the gourd Guo Pai is selling is different from the wine you drank before? If the wine is sold at a high price, then we'll have made a mistake, Lin Shuang said with a smile. That's right, we can taste it, Ren Schwanza said as he licked his lips. However, if this wine is real, then no matter what price it is sold at, the two of us will have to pay for the wine we drank. Otherwise, it won't be good for affiliated high school or the charity auction. Chapter 21. I know everyone is tired now. Now is the last 3 auction items for this charity auction. I believe many people will like them, Lin Shuang said softly with a smile when she saw that some of the people below the stage were no longer as excited as before. Beauty Lin, I hope the last 3 items can make us excited again. Huh? A young man said with a smile. Many people looked at him with disdain when they saw his playboy attitude. Niu Ben, this is the school, not your Niu family's backyard. If you don't want to stay here, just get out. Li Xuanyu stood up and said loudly to the young man, Senior Li, please forgive him. My son is young and ignorant. Please forgive him. The middle-aged man beside Niu Ben slapped Niu Ben hard. Useless thing. Why did your mother give birth to a thing like you? If you don't want to stay here, then get out. The woman beside the middle-aged man wanted to say something, but when she saw the middle-aged man's expression, she swallowed her words. She just pulled Niu Ben closer to her. Little Lin, continue. Li Xuanyu said loudly. Principal Li hasn't changed at all. His temper is still the same. Ha! In the crowd, several middle-aged men laughed. They were all graduates of the affiliated high school. Now, they had the ability to do whatever they wanted in Wu Castle City. This was also why the middle-aged man from the Niu family was afraid of Li Xuanyu. He had students all over the world, and no one dared to bully him. The third last auction item is mine. It's not for the finale, but because the previous items are too good, I can only bid until here. Lin Shuang said with a smile, This is a landscape painting painted by me. The starting price is 1 yuan. Each increment must not be less than 1 yuan. Let's begin. An 8-meter-long landscape painting was carefully presented in front of the crowd by several students. This little girl from the Lin family is not simple. She can paint such a painting in her 20s. It's not easy. An old man in the front row said with a smile. Old Qian, look at the words on the left. Don't they look familiar? A spirited old lady beside the old man said with a smile. Master Yufeng. Didn't Master Yufeng stop painting? Why did he inscribe words on this painting? It doesn't matter if it's the real work of Imperial Wind Great Master or not. I want my stinking brat to buy this painting for me. The old man, surnamed Qian, said loudly. Old Qian, don't fight with me for this painting. You have a good relationship with Lin Mu. If you can't do it, go find Lin Mu and ask his precious granddaughter to draw another one. I must have this painting, the old man said loudly. Old man's son, then let's have a fair competition. Whoever gets it will get it. Old Qian said with his head held high. Brother bad guy, what do you think of Teacher Lin's drawing? Tang Shi asked softly. A mountain is a mountain, a water is a water. If you want to take a step further, you still need to put in some effort. However, the 2 lines of words on the side are written with some foundation. Guopai said with a smile. Bad guy, bro. Can you understand the 2 lines of words on the side? Murong Weiwei frowned and asked softly, Little Weiwei, you have some relationship with the person who wrote the words, right? Guopai didn't answer Murong Weiwei's question and asked with a smile. Yes, I learned calligraphy from Imperial Wind, Great Master. However, he didn't acknowledge me as his disciple because I'm still lacking, Murong Weiwei said softly. The words on Teacher Lin's painting were written by the Great Master. Little Weiwei, you want that painting? Guopai said with a smile. Then I'll buy it first. 5 million. Little Lin's painting is not bad. It's also the real work of the Great Master. I'll pay 5 million for this painting, Old Man Qian said loudly. Old Man Qian, your Qian family's business has been SOSO recently. You're suddenly spending so much money to buy a painting. Aren't you going to tell your son and daughter-in-law? Ha! An old man in the crowd laughed and asked, I don't care about business anymore. I really like Little Lin's painting of mountains and rivers. I hope everyone will give me some face. Old Man Qian said evasively. All the old men present knew that the true meaning of this painting was the 2 lines of words written by the Great Master. Since Old Man Qian has called the price, I won't be polite. 8 million. I hope everyone can be magnanimous, Old Man Sun said with a smile. I've always been unable to get my hands on the Great Master's calligraphy. 10 million. Everyone will give me some face. I welcome everyone to admire this painting at any time. Jia Guyun, the current head of the Jia family, Jia Yuan's grandfather. Hey, you see that? My grandson works himself to death every day, and the old man spends money like this. Sigh. Jia Yuan said softly to Wang Sheng. Didn't you and your old man call it quits? You don't have to pay for this, Wang Sheng said with a smile. Cheap mouth, do you know that? Originally, I came here for Fourth Brothers wine. However, I met the old man on the way here. My mouth is so cheap. I opened my mouth and said some polite words. I've seen how bad the old man is. Jia Yuan shook his head and said, Grandpa, you're here. Slow down. Let me help you in. Outside the auditorium, Jia Yuan met his grandfather, Jia Guyun. Yuan, don't you dislike this kind of place the most? What are you doing here? Let me tell you, this is the charity auction of the affiliated high school. You better stop. Jia Guyu said loudly. Look at what you're saying. I'm already in my 20s. Don't I know the rules? Jia Yuan said as he supported the old man. Grandpa, if there's anything you like, you could just call the price. I'll settle the bill for you. Take it as your grandson's filial piety. Jia Yuan said with a flattering face. Sigh, so many sons can't compare to a grandson who has nothing to do with me. It's enough that you have this kind of heart. The old man said with a smile. Jia Yuan also smiled. Jia Wu, it's rare for Jia Yuan to have this kind of heart. I heard that there will be some good things today. I'll give Jia Yuan this chance. I'll settle the bill for the first item today. Jia Guyan walked into the auditorium as he spoke. Grandpa, take care. I'm waiting for someone. I'll go in later. Jia Yuan said with a smile. Sweet mouth. How is this sweet mouth? This is despicable. Old Qian, you don't know anything about calligraphy and painting. What do you want this for? I think you'd better not participate. 12 million. Ling girl, sell this to me. The old man of the Qian family said loudly. 15 million. You're all seniors. Shouldn't you give this to the younger generation? Guopai suddenly stood up and said with a smile. Lin Shuang on the stage suddenly blushed. What does this brat know about calligraphy? Could it be that he's here for my painting? Brat, it's 15 million, not 1,500. Are you sure you have it? Jia Guyun asked loudly. A day later, Li Yao received a call from Black Dragon, who said that the compensation for the repair of his car had been sent to Wu Castle's world. He asked him to drive a car to get it. Li Yao drove his big jeep to Wu Castle's world. He was dumbfounded as soon as he entered the hall of Wu Castle's world. At that time, he had guessed that it would be great if Lao Si could get 10 million. However, in front of him, each of the 3 piles of money seemed to be more than 30 million. Brother Yao, I'll have to trouble you to say a few good words in front of bad guy. It's my fault this time. I won't do it again. I still have something to do. Bye. Brother Ghost ran away without looking back. Chapter 22. Grandpa Jia. He's my fourth brother. If he doesn't have enough money, I'll pay for it. Liao looked at Jia Guyun and said with a smile, Brat, why didn't you tell me in advance? We're family. Why are you still fighting over it? I don't want it anymore. Jia Guyun looked at Jia Yuan and scolded loudly. Grandpa, you should get what you want. Fourth brother is not sensible. Don't lower yourself to his level. We'll pay 20 million, and your grandson will get this painting for you. Jia Yuan stood up and shouted loudly. Damn, second brother, what are you doing? Guopai thought in his heart and used a mind-reading technique on Jia Yuan. My good fourth brother, why don't you give this painting to this old man first? At worst, I'll steal it for you after the old man brings it home. I have to buy something for the old man. That wine is going to cost over 100 million. You can't expect me to bid for that wine for the old man, right? Jia Yuan's thoughts appeared in Guopao's mind. Wei, this painting will be ours sooner or later. Let the old man look at it for a few days. Guopai said with a smile. Bad guy, you can make the decision. If you can't, you can write a few for me. When I have time, I'll take you to see the master. I believe the master will be surprised. Muron Wei said with a smile. Guopai nodded and then stood up and said, Grandpa, I didn't know you had this hobby, so I'll give this painting to you. You don't have to pay for it. My second brother will pay for it. If you want other words, I'll find time to copy a few for you. The first two sentences were better. The painting was given to the old man, and Jia Yuan would pay for it. However, the old man heard the last sentence and felt that he was scolding himself. You're the one who doesn't learn martial arts in Wu Castle, and you want to copy a few for me? Do you really think I don't know anything about calligraphy? Of course, Guopai didn't know what the old man was thinking. Yes, let's bid for this painting. I'll pay for it. I must pay for it. I promise Grandpa that we'll do what we say. Jia Yuan quickly said, 20 million. Is there anyone higher? Lin Shuang noticed that old Master Jia's face did not look too happy. It was better to settle the matter at hand first. 20 million. This painting belongs to Grandpa Jia. Thank you for your contribution to the charity auction. As soon as Lin Shuang finished speaking, the audience burst into thunderous applause. She was the richest woman in Wu Castle, so they had to show her some respect. Moreover, these were all donations and the government could earn a lot of merits. It was not a big deal to applaud. Next up is the penultimate item. Please take a look. As she spoke, Lin Shuang pulled back the red cloth and placed an exquisite gourd in the center of the porcelain plate. Why am I here? How is this possible? Other than me, could it be that there was someone else who was banished to the lower realms? The moment the red cloth was pulled away, Guopai stood up abruptly and stared at the gourd. What a beautiful gourd. It looks so similar to the baddies, Su Yi said softly. Baddie, the charity auction is about to end. You didn't buy anything. Can you buy this gourd? I really want it. Su Yi's voice became softer and softer. A strange thought appeared in her mind. She was just a bed-warming maid. It was not appropriate for her to ask for something from him. This gourd is mine. I won't give it to anyone. This gourd is mine. It's mine. Guopai did not listen to Su Yi at all. He was murmuring to himself because he released the last bit of his Dharma power into the gourd. The array outside the gourd was still intact. This meant that no one had opened the gourd before. It was very likely that there was something good inside. Cough, cough, cough. What is the old master doing? Why did he take out this treasure? Liao looked at the gourd on the stage with his eyes wide open. It must be something good, Liao said to himself when he turned his head and saw Guopai's expression. Old master, don't regret it in the future. I can't introduce this item. Let's welcome Li Doqian with a round of applause. General Li, please introduce this item, Lin Shuang said with a smile. Liao's grandfather, Li Doqian, was one of the few remaining generals in China who had participated in the anti-Japanese war in modern times. Although he no longer held an important position in the army, when he was mentioned, not only in Wu Castle, but in the whole of China, everyone gave him a thumbs up. Modern soldier king, god of war, China's god of war, no matter how good of a description one used to describe this old man, no one would say anything. Salute. When the old man stood up, dozens of people around the auditorium stood up at the same time. There were people of all ages and dressed differently. They all raised their right hands and saluted the old man respectfully. "Sit down. This is a charity auction. Don't scare the students," Li Dotian said with a smile. "Let me talk about this gourd first. I found this gourd during the war in 1951. It has been almost 70 years since then. This gourd was found in Tianchi Lake in Changbai Mountain. I don't know what material it is made of. I've asked many experts to examine it over the years, but none of them could identify it. They couldn't tell its origin, either," Li Dotian said with a smile. "Today, I'm taking this gourd to the charity auction for 2 reasons. First, I want to find a fated person who can solve the mystery of this gourd. Second, I want to raise enough money for charity. After all, I'm not as rich as you young people who can easily give out tens of millions." Li Dotian looked at Jia Yuan as he said this. "I'll say one last thing. Up until now, the charity auction has been very successful, and we've raised quite a lot of money. I hope that every single cent can be used where it's supposed to be. If anyone dares to set their sights on this charity auction, I'm afraid that my gun at home will go off by accident." As he spoke, Old Man Li's gaze landed on some of the representatives from Marshall City. "Grandpa Li, don't worry. We'll make all the proceeds from this charity auction public, and let the public supervise. If we spend even 1 penny wrong, I, Wang Sheng, will come to you with my head." Under Li Dotian's gaze, no one stood out. Wang Sheng stepped forward and said this loudly. "Haha, boy from the Wang family. Not bad, not bad. You'll be a good official, just like Wang Yongjin." Li Dotian sat down and nodded at Lin Shuang. "The starting price of General Li's gourd is 1 yuan. Each increment must not be less than 1 yuan. Anyone who wants it can start now." Lin Shuang stuck out her tongue and said with a smile, 1 million. My father used to be a soldier under General Li. I want to take this gourd away and give it to him." A middle-aged man stood up and said softly, "Brother Jean, I'm sorry. I also want this gourd. 1,500,000. A slightly older middle-aged man said with a smile, 3 million. "Uncles, I like this gourd very much. Let me have it." Guopai hadn't called out a price, yet when Yu stood up and said in a low voice, Yu, what do you think about that gourd?" Guopai was surprised at first, but then he asked with a smile, "No, but I feel that this gourd is somewhat similar to the gourd you use to store wine. It should be good. Aren't you a big baddie?" Yu said with a smile. Cough, cough, cough. "Girl, you won't be able to store anything in that gourd even if you bid for it. You won't be able to open it," Guopai said with a smile. "Don't waste your money. I'll get it myself." "Baddie, if you want it, just say it. You don't have to say that I can't open it." Yu snorted and looked at the gourd on the stage. 3 million for a gourd made of some unknown material. It seemed that many people weren't going to fight for it. Chapter 23. 5 million. I think General Li can raise more money for this auction. Just as Lin Shuang was about to announce that the gourd belonged to Yu, a foreigner with blonde hair and blue eyes stood up and said, "This is Charlie, an Englishman. His main business is shipping. His ancestors came from an island, and he likes to collect strange things." A middle-aged man whispered in Li Dotian's ear, "I don't want this gourd to fall into the hands of a foreigner. Tell Yao." Li Dotian closed his eyes after finishing his words. 5 million for an unknown gourd. This foreigner is interesting. When the crowd heard Charlie's offer of 5 million, there was a lot of discussion in the crowd. 8 million. This thing should be kept in China. Yu bit her lips and said, 8 million was the maximum amount of money she could mobilize. The Yu family had some businesses in Wu Castle City, but most of them were in the coastal areas. Li Dotian heard Yu's words and nodded slightly. "Little girl, my grandfather likes strange things very much. It will be his birthday in a few days. I need this gourd as his birthday present. 10 million. Charlie said loudly. "Englishman, let me see what you were thinking." Then Li Dotian's mind-reading ability fell on Charlie. "These fools in China. My grandfather has heard of this gourd. General Ivanov also mentioned it in my house. This gourd is probably a gift from aliens to Earthlings. This thing must be brought back to England. If it is as we think, England's economy will improve qualitatively." Charlie's idea appeared in Guopai's mind. 20 million. Your grandfather has taken enough strange things from China. I think it's better for this thing to stay with us, Guopai said without hesitation. There are too many gourds like this in China. I hope you can take a step back and let me have this gourd. 30 million. Charlie stood up and said to Guopai, for my grandfather's wish, I still want to work harder. 40 million. Charlie gritted his teeth and said, this thing had already exceeded the price in his heart because he was not completely sure whether this gourd was an alien product or not. If it was not, although 40 million yuan would not have any impact on his career, who would complain about having too much money? I think what my girlfriend said at the beginning is right. It's better for this thing to stay in China because it originally belonged to China. 50 million. After saying that, Guopai slowly sat down. He looked at Yu, whose eyes were slightly red, and revealed a look of admiration. 50 million. Congratulations. It seems like you really like your girlfriend. This gourd is yours. Charlie smiled in a very gentlemanly manner. Giving up something that your grandfather likes for 50 million. I'm afraid your grandfather will be angry, haha. Guopai didn't give up because Guopai discovered another thing. Charlie's grandfather had just passed away last year. 50 million. Thank you to Guopai from Grade 1 Class 1 for your support of the charity auction. Lin Shuang waited for 3 or 4 seconds. When no one increased the price, she said loudly. This student of her class was a little naughty, but he had done a good job today. I hope this student can afford 50 million. Charlie shook his head and said fiercely, next is the last auction item of today's charity auction. After saying that, Lin Shuang pulled the red cloth, and a gourd that was very similar to the one just now appeared in front of everyone's eyes. A pot of good wine. Lin Shuang said with a smile. Miss Lin, I think I need to interrupt you. Just as Lin Shuang was about to continue the introduction, Guopai stood up again. The auction item I'm giving you is the wine in this gourd. I think whoever wins the bid will have to pour out the wine within an hour, because this gourd is mine. I've never seen anyone buy wine like this. Give the wine to others and keep the bottle, a young man not far from Guopai said loudly. I can't help it. My wine has always been sold like this. It's just like how you look for beautiful girls. You can get your D*CK in, but do you have to get your D*CK in as well? Guopai looked at the young man in front of him, who was unpleasant to the eye, and said loudly, bad guy is mighty. Qian Duo laughed and said. Most of the men in the auditorium also laughed along. Everyone, please be quiet. I think everyone is tired. Let's quickly bid for this last auction item and end this charity auction perfectly, Lin Shuang said with a red face. Let me introduce the wine. Ren Xuanzi stood up from his chair and strode forward. Ren Xuanzi, many people below the stage know me. Six Brother Run, I think more people know this name. That's me. Six Brother, we haven't been able to find you all these years. Everyone says you're hiding in the affiliated high school and opening a restaurant. Old man Li won't let us in. You can't run away today, an old man below the stage said with a smile. After today's charity auction ends, I'll take care of Sixth Brother's meals. However, I hope everyone can get the wine in this gourd, Ren Xuanzi said with a smile. I've drunk this wine twice. The first time, I shamelessly took it. The second time, I shamelessly drank it secretly, which is the wine in this gourd. Of course, after the charity auction ends, I'll pay the money for this wine to the affiliated high school according to the auction price. As soon as Ren Xuanzi's voice fell, the auditorium burst into laughter. Sixth Brother Ren has tasted countless wines in his life. Guopai, Little Yu's wine is ranked first. After saying that, Ren Xuanzi walked down the stage. To be honest, I was lucky enough to taste a small mouthful of this wine. Although I don't drink much, the taste of this wine is unforgettable. I'm the same as Lord Liu. After the auction is over, I'll pay for the wine, Lin Shuang whispered. I hope the price of this wine isn't too high. You won't be able to appreciate the beauty of this wine if you just talk about it without tasting it. An old man said with some jealousy as he watched the two people on the stage singing the same tune. What's so hard about letting you have a taste? Guopai stood up slowly and lazily. He held the wine gourd in one hand while a small wine glass appeared in his other hand. After filling the glass to the brim, Guopai threw the glass into the air. The spinning glass spilled the wine in the glass in a strange way. Those who are fated to taste it will get a drop. Those who aren't can forget about it. After saying that, Guopai sat back down in his seat. Stop pretending. I don't believe this wine can be that good. With that, an old man stuck out his tongue and licked a drop of wine on the back of his hand. Wine, give me wine. I beg you. How much do you want? I'll give it to you, the old man shouted at Guopai. 1 million, no, 10 million. Let me have a sip. Just one sip. A middle-aged man beside the old man couldn't help but lick the wine on the back of his hand when he saw the old man's crazed behavior. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.